Good afternoon, Endgame fam and new viewers. Welcome. This is Fantasy Endgame. We're live with you. It's week 14, which means it's either win and in, or maybe for some of you already playoff time for the fantasy playoffs. So let's see exactly what we need to do to get it right. Make sure that you get the win you need, even if you're just like bolstering your rankings, like you're just going for the bye or trying to lock down the number one seed. Maybe you're going for the undefeated season, or maybe you just like winning no matter where you are in the standings. It doesn't matter. We're going to help you win in fantasy football, break down everything that's going on ahead of week 14. So we'll start with the injury report because it is, I would say, fairly lengthy again this week, but I think this time I feel like got a lot more, not in a good way necessarily. We don't like injuries, but it's a little bit more about quality over quantity. We've got a lot of big name receivers here and players that we aren't sure about or are out. Well, let's start with the guys who are not coming back. Mike Evans, we had a ton of questions, right? This whole week, we had a ton of Evans questions. The question about whether you should pick him up was easy. Yes, you pick him up. But now the question about whether you should start him if he plays, well, that's even easier. You don't play him because he's not back. Was this just wishful thinking on our part that he might come back?
Yeah, maybe a little bit, but I think it's a good sign for him next week for sure. So, hopefully you weren't depending on Mike Evans this week. You might have been, but hopefully hopefully everybody can get by through this week without Mike Evans and then get him back just in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, the fact that he was out there and there was some hope makes you think next week it's not a lock, but seems pretty fair to assume he might play next week. So we thought Drake London might come back. He is out too. Was limited in practice. Didn't practice early in the week, in fact, and no, he's not back. Do you think we're getting Drake London next week, or are you more worried now about this one?
I honestly don't feel as good about Drake London as Mike Evans. It doesn't seem like Drake London was even close this week. So, like maybe next week he will be back. But yeah, this one I feel better about Mike Evans playing next week than Drake London right now.
Yeah, agree. Practice status, but also, yeah, I don't know how much the teams consider this. They should, but the Tampa Bay is in the playoff hunt, right? And the Falcons are not. So why would they rush Drake London back? So that might be a consideration there. Not in the playoff hunt, but we'd like to see Marvin Harrison back. We did see him back, and now he's out again. And do I see Greg Dortch also out? So, Feast Week was a couple of weeks ago, but is this going to be Feast Week for Michael Wilson again?
How can it not be? I mean, Trey McBride, Michael Wilson. I mean, these guys are like, there's no tight end I would start over Trey McBride this week. That is for sure, especially with Kittle on a bye. I mean, that I know. I just dropped the hottest take of the year right there. I get it.
Yeah.
But I have very honestly, I mean, outside of the guys we say are must start wide receivers like the Jamar Chases, the obvious names, the only guy I have over Michael Wilson at wide receiver right now is Nico Collins. And I might even play Michael Wilson over Nico Collins. I mean, we're talking about Michael Wilson at home in a game that should be an absolute shootout, getting bazillion, like he's going to get 20 targets in this game.
This is true. Well, add to that, I mean, not that we're shocked that Trey Benson is not back, but Mari Demercado also not back. So, okay, Bam, right, retains the backfield. That's not different. But still, this is what I've been saying. Part of the reason why that Harrison, Wilson, McBride, why these guys get so many targets, because they don't have a running game. Like they just don't. Right. And Bam Knight can only do so much, right? They're not going to give him 20 plus carries. So there you go. Michael Wilson, I think it's fair to say you want to plug him in your lineup. Yeah. And then Alvin Kamara not coming back either. Don't know if we'll see him the rest of this season. We'll see. And then this one was a new one because this wasn't an injury that we really heard a lot about last week after the games. Rome Odunze was limited in practice and he was out. Now he's out for sure this week. But how long is he out? Because this is, a stress fracture in his leg?
Yeah, this doesn't sound good. So apparently he's been playing with this, a stress fracture, I guess, in his foot. Is it his foot?
Oh, his foot.
His foot? Apparently he's been playing through it, which I guess maybe partly explains why he hasn't been so good lately. But also again, I'm not a doctor. I don't pretend to be a doctor, but I follow some people who are doctors, or at least they pretend to be doctors. And I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I mean, some of them are like PTs, which you're not a doctor for PT, but you still deal with these kind of injuries. So they have more expertise than I do, without a doubt. Saying things like 3 to 5 week timeline, but the Bears could try to rush them back if they need to make a playoff push, but then if they rush them back, they risk making the injury worse and then losing them for the rest of the season, including the playoffs. But for us as fantasy players, even 3 weeks means you don't get them back till week 17, best case. And that means you're not even getting back a 100% Rome Odunze, who hasn't even been good lately. Yeah, this is not looking good for Rome Odunze. I mean, it's crazy. Like, I think we talk about this every year, and it's hard to like not think about this during the course of the season. But remember, after the first month, we had guys like Rome Odunze, Emeka Egbuka, probably others I can't even think of right now. Keenan Allen, that people were like, Quentin Johnston, that people were like, you drafted a league winner you're winning your league. And now these guys are like, maybe you can't even start Rome Odunze, but you know what I mean? It's just crazy how things go over the course of a season. We think we have everything figured out after 3 or 4 weeks, and we have nothing figured out.
Pretty much, yeah. It's almost we talk like in baseball, like the first half, the second half. The second half is almost like a different season, right? It's like everything that happens, like some might continue, but a lot of it's just like everything that happened, flip it, right? And for the fantasy playoffs and in football, it's to some extent it's like that. It's you can't worry too much about weeks 1 through 10. It's like, yeah, that's nice. That might be descriptive of some things that could happen, but yeah, you got to look at the here and now. All right. Questionable. These are the ones we still don't know, and we're going to try to figure out what to do with them right now, and then we'll of course be back tomorrow to help you figure out what's going on with these guys. Chris Olave, once again, is it the same thing? The back spasms is something else that, again, he'll be on the list, but then he'll be fine and play like last week.
Yeah, that's what this feels like here. Same thing, dealing with this back. But he played last week. I don't feel like Chris Olave was quite himself last week. Let's hope he's more like himself this week. But yeah, I think this is just probably going to be like this all season, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we have to keep an eye. We can't just assume a guy's playing, but it seemed like he was out there doing some things. And I mean, he was productive last week, but this is part of the reason I still have confidence in Devon Villay. Don't you feel like he's still, even if Olave plays, still flex worthy, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
All right, Jaden Reed not coming back just yet, or is he? He's questionable.
I was going to say,
feel like he's going to play? Do you feel like he's going to play? I don't get the feeling he's going to play.
I don't get the feeling he's back yet. He was limited all week. Didn't log a single full practice. Yeah, I have a feeling you're gonna have to wait 1 more week for Jaden Reed.
If you are still waiting, indeed, for Jaden Reed, but I know some people stashed him. We'll see. Wouldn't go crazy. Parker Washington also questionable. This matters because I'm not going to even say for BTJ. I'm not sure if anything matters for BTJ at this point. Maybe for Jacoby Myers, maybe for Brenton Strange, but we'll see. Parker Washington is questionable. Dylan Sampson is questionable. Dalton Kincaid, which you can easily just say, yeah, it's Kincaid. He's hurt. Don't start him. But it's the Bengals. If he plays, I'm asking you because I know I wouldn't. Would you take a chance on Dalton Kincaid, active Dalton Kincaid, knowing what he's dealing with? Because now it's like some new injury, right? It wasn't just the one from before. Now it's like some knee injury, like on top of it.
Of course. Yeah, I mean, it depends on your other options, of course, but like I can't, like there's There's certainly plenty of tight ends I would not start over Kincaid if he plays. It's the Bengals. Come on, it's the Bengals.
It is the Bengals, but then like it is Dalton Kincaid. And last time he was coming off injury, he was limited in snaps, some new injury on top of the old injury. Anyways, well, he may not have that decision to make. He's questionable. We'll see if he even plays. And then the tricky one here, because we just don't know yet, and they play the last game of the week on Monday night, is Justin Herbert. And this is big because this affects, of course, the whole offense, right? I mean, if Trey Lance is out there, not that he's necessarily the worst backup quarterback in the league, but I mean, that's got to make you think more than twice about like Ladd McConkey and Gaston and everybody, basically. So, any news on Justin Herbert?
Well, we'll probably find out today, because remember, today is their last day, their last practice of the week. It's like their Friday because they played Monday. He's been limited so far in practice. I get the sense he's going to play. But yeah, we'll probably find out in a few hours here when they release their final injury report.
All right. Well, hopefully we find out soon. I just have to say too, I know we're going to get a lot of questions about it, but even if he plays, there's definitely risk, right? Risk, re-injury, re-aggravation. So it's going to be a tricky one. And then here are the guys who are in. So welcome back, Jayden Daniels. He is in. He's good to go. I know, again, we addressed this on the Start Sit. We address this throughout the live streams each week, but we're going to get people who haven't watched earlier. Jayden Daniels is on your bench. Are you plugging him in over pretty much every quarterback other than, let's say, Josh Allen? I don't know, maybe Joe Burrow. I mean, where does he rank for you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, Joe Burrow still on the fence here. I haven't checked the latest weather. Where we at? I know I checked yesterday. It says pretty good chance for snow, temp around 30 degrees, light winds. It says that it might look worse on TV than it actually is for offenses, but it's still impactful. Yeah, JD Burrow is going to be close for me this week, but he's over everybody else, definitely.
All right, there you go. Hopefully you got JD stashed. Now Lamar's different story. Lamar Jackson is in. He's playing despite being limited early this week in practice. So the question with Lamar is, I know he's not top 5 anymore. How low are we on Lamar Jackson?
Well, I don't have him that low. I think, what do I have him here? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have him like just inside the top 10 still. I mean, it's Lamar Jackson. Maybe I'm too optimistic here, but he's got a ceiling a lot of these guys behind him just don't have.
True. If he just runs even just a little bit, that would help, but we'll see. But Lamar is playing. At least he is an option if you want that. Good news here. T. Higgins is back. He's going to play in that Buffalo Cincy game. So that's good news for them. Omarion Hampton is definitely playing. That's one thing we don't need to wait on. So I know Hampton Vidal's question, like, is Vidal still going to get touches? I'm sure he is. How many remains to be seen. Like, I could see this being kind of 50-50. I think that would make sense. I don't think Hampton is the guy. Again, not a veteran. He's missed so much time. I don't see him getting, the lion's share of carries here. I do have Hampton over Vidal in terms of start sit. I know you do too, but like, how big a difference is there between these guys?
I have a pretty big difference. I feel like Hampton's going to get the bulk of the work here. So I have Vidal more just like a risky flex. And by risky flex, I mean, I really don't want to do this.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely risky. All right. No risk here with Kyle Monangai. He is active. No worries there. There is, I'd say, a fair amount of risk in the Vikings offense these days. How about Aaron Jones is in? So, I mean, that kind of squashes any Jordan Mason hope. And Jones, you can play him. But J.J. McCarthy is also in. Now, yes, this, of course, cannot be worse and will not be worse, probably, than Max Brosmer. But the fact they had to go to Brosmer in the first place is an indicator of how bad McCarthy was. So, and we've heard the noise. Aaron Jones himself, right in the press conference, and they were asking about simplifying the offense, like making it sound like JJ McCarthy like can't read a playbook or something. I don't think he's that bad, but still, what's the level of concern here for not McCarthy? Because absolutely nobody in your right mind should be considering starting McCarthy in any fantasy format at all, but the Vikings offense.
Well, you got to be concerned, but on the flip side, it's like, oh, but they are playing the Commanders. So if there's a week where things can get fixed, this feels like that week.
All right, so there's hope. Okay, that's all you need. All you need is a little bit of hope. it's better than the opposite. All right, and then last but not least, Aaron Rodgers. You know he's a warrior. He's in. He's playing. he is in. No questions about his game status. Let's put it that way. All right. But there are plenty of questions about who you start and who you sit, and that's why we're here to answer your questions. So let's get to it after we remind you about Underdog, because if you haven't tried it yet, this is the time to do it. So on Underdog, if you sign up for the first time, you're going to get a free pick. And right now, the gimme is Pat Mahomes just getting a yard, right? Just take higher than 0.0. You get that gimme pick if you're signing up on Underdog and you use code ENDGAME as a new customer. You also get a deposit match with up to $1,000 of bonus cash going into your account. You get some bonus cash, you get a free pick, and then you get more bonus cash. If you spend $5 towards any picks, you'll immediately get another $100 in bonus funds added to your account. So you get a free pick, and then just $5 gets you another $100 plus the deposit match. So free bonus money, free picks, what's not to love? So try Underdog now. And as I mentioned, even though we're kind of in between, right? Feast week is over and the actual holiday season hasn't started yet. It doesn't feel that way if you go anywhere, but the actual holidays haven't started, but it doesn't matter. They're not waiting to give you profit boosts and promos and all those things. And then speaking of, you can also use code ENDGAME on Draft Lane. You get 10 free points. Draft Lane, by the way, it's just our app. We use it to answer your questions, just like we do in the live streams here. And so if you haven't tried Draft Lane, it's a free download from the App Store or the Play Store. Use code ENDGAME, get 10 free points to ask your questions, just like these users did, with points, right? So here's a start sit question that I was not expecting, but here we are. Because of Justin Herbert, injury status. Herbert or Tyrod Taylor, and here's the explanation. It says leaning Taylor because can't afford for Herbert to leave. It's the playoffs. So there's that risk, right? What if he takes a hit, right, on that hand and he goes out, or if it's bothering him? And I mean, look, if he looks like he did last week, those numbers aren't really helping you in the playoffs. So we'll look at the whole roster because this user is on Yahoo and we can see the whole roster. But what's the verdict on Taylor, again, Tyrod Taylor versus Justin Herbert?
I mean, I still have Herbert ahead of him, but it's not like I have a ton of faith or confidence in Herbert right now. I think it's totally fine going with Tyrod Taylor. Like, yeah, I mean, they're both risky for different reasons.
Risky in different ways, right?
Yeah, because one's risky because he could absolutely just suck and he's in a terrible offense. The other one's risky because of the hand. So they're both risky in different ways. I mean, I have them both as super flex options this week. I have Herbert, with Marcus, I got to take Marcus Mariota out because he's not playing. So now I only have Herbert like 3 spots ahead of Tyrod Taylor. It's not like I even have him that high, that far ahead.
Yeah. And look, if you're worried about it, you don't want to take the chance that Herbert kills you. You know, I would feel bad if we put Herbert in there and then that happens, or Taylor just outscores him, and like that's the reason. If you're worried about it, I think it's fine because again, we're like, well, my only other option is JJ McCarthy. I'm like, okay, no, just roll with Herbert, or like Geno Smith against the Broncos. Like, no, just roll with Herbert. But I think Taylor should be fine. I mean, he's been okay.
Yeah. Man, having this kind of decision in your fantasy playoffs is pretty brutal.
Yeah. Only other decision I really see to make on this team is defense. You got Washington there against McCarthy or the Bears. I'm pretty sure we keep Washington in there, right?
What do we got? Wow.
Commanders or Bears? Bears get the Packers, right?
Yeah, keep Commanders in.
And then we're not starting Pearsall. I doubt we're starting Worthy. I'm hurt by, yeah, I don't see anybody else we could even switch out. Unfortunately, we're starting Samaje Perine in the playoffs. It's not ideal, but
Oh man,
don't see another option.
I mean, can I Samaje Perine over Xavier Worthy?
But that's the RB spot. Like we don't have another RB to put in there.
Oh, that's the RB spot. It's
That's
not
his
a flex.
RB. That's his RB2. Is Samaje Perine.
Oh, jeez.
Because Rico is on bye, and this is why. Not that this will do any good ranting, but guys, this is why you don't start your playoffs in week 14 because you have to start Perine because your other guy's on bye. Like you don't have Christian McCaffrey in round one of the fantasy playoffs. That's not exactly fair. But anyways,
Exactly.
brutal.
That's brutal.
You can stick with Taylor, not too far off from Herbert. Oops. And avoid the risk. Hopefully you could find someone on waivers. Although it looks like they had pretty deep benches.
Yeah.
Like who could it be? Like C-Rod, right? Who else could you possibly just pick up and stream? I mean, I don't know, maybe Tuden. I don't know if that's even better.
Yeah, I don't think that's better. I mean, maybe Bam Knight, but I doubt it. Doubt those guys are out there.
Yeah, I doubt it. All right. And then we have another one. I'm going to throw this up here. I think it was this one. Okay, so related to the Chargers, this is with no Herbert, but we don't know that. But it says trust Hampton or Vidal.
Well, I don't think you're talking about the Chargers running backs here, so I'm not sure how Herbert. I mean, Herbert being in or out is going to impact both of them equally. So, I got to go Hampton over Vidal.
Yeah, I'll just say you can trust Hampton with or without Herbert.
Well, I get or maybe what he's saying here is trust Hampton or Vidal with no Herbert because the Eagles are stacked the box, or he can play Charbonnet, Godwin, BTJ, Pierce in the flex. I'm still going Hampton.
In the flex, yeah, Charbonnet is definitely not any more interesting here. BTJ, no thanks. Maybe Pierce because he's done something, but yeah, I think Herbert's fine. Eagles stack the box, but Eagles also, we didn't talk about this because we don't talk defense. Jalen Carter is out indefinitely. That's a huge blow to that run defense. So, actually, let's just mention that. Maybe not. No. Carter is out, which hurts Eagles run defense. All right. Got one more, but we'll save it because I want to remind everyone else who may join later about draft playing. I know you guys are waiting to get your questions answered. Let's not keep you waiting any longer. Let's start with someone who could not wait. This was from 7:52 last night. Here's the question. Sahil B. How's the team? This is a 10-man full PPR. Okay. I wonder if we're thinking just this week or like playoff bound or what.
I mean this week or playoff bound, you should feel pretty good. I mean, obviously getting London back will help, but you're fine at QB. You're fine at running back. I mean, you're fine at wide receiver when London actually plays. If this is for this week, you can't play London, of course. You're fine at QB. I mean, yeah, this team doesn't like jump out to me as like a stacked team, but it also is a team where I'm like, you don't really have any weak spots here.
Yeah, well, if London doesn't come back this season, then you got a big weak spot there. But if London plays, then you're good. We could go on for a while. We warned about Pickens. A lot of talk about Pickens, like just not trying on Thursday night, like short arming the ball. And I mean, he did nothing, but you buy into that at all?
I mean, a little bit because I did watch every snap of that, every play of that game, and I did kind of feel like there were times where George Pickens was maybe not giving it his best, his all. But that's kind of what you get with George Pickens. Look, CeeDee Lamb, he did the Tua fencing thing on the ground with his hands and fingers, right?
Yeah.
there's a good chance we don't have CeeDee Lamb in week 15, maybe even beyond, because we've seen like CJ Stroud miss like 3 games with a concussion. Dart missed 2. I mean, it's no guarantee here. We've seen Pickens without CeeDee Lamb. I would not, and it was pretty good. So I wouldn't be too worried about Pickens.
Oh, no, I'm not worried about him going forward. And unfortunately,
I was going to say, I think the most frustrating thing about that game Thursday night is we had like almost 80 combined points, and somehow the passing games were just like mediocre. It was like all the touchdowns came from the running backs. And then, of course, Isaac Tesla had to have his 1 catch for a touchdown. But you know what I mean? It's like
he came through.
We had like almost 80 points in that game, and it's like Gibbs got 2. Or no, he got 3. Did he get 2 or 3? He got 3, didn't he? Did Gibbs get 3 in that game? Got 3. Monty got a touchdown. Javonte got. It's like, why can't the receivers score a touchdown in this game? Like, why is it all on the ground?
Oh, but Tesla had a touchdown, and so did Ryan Flournoy, who came out of nowhere.
That's right, Ryan. Yeah, exactly. It's like, what was it? It was like we had all these points, but it was like, oh yeah, your fantasy, unless you started Gibbs, it was like your fantasy players were just okay in that game. It's like, come on, what?
Yeah, gotta love it. But yeah, I love that. Of course, even with Amon-Ra back, Tesla still did the 1 catch for a touchdown, and it was 2 catches, but whatever. Anyways, yeah. So there's your take on this team. T, what's up, T? So thank you for all the help. Great job. No, appreciate you. Thank you for always being on here and always one of the very first to chime in as well. I know it's weird to think that's coming to an end. We still got a month though. Let's not pour one out for the season yet. T is on the verge of perhaps getting the first round bye and the number 2 seed. So let's see here. He's playing the number 1 seed. Brissett or JD?
You got to go JD.
Yeah, nothing wrong with Brissett, but yeah, let's try JD. Swift, Walker, or Sharps? Need 2.
I'm going to go Swift and Walker.
And then wide receiver flex. He says he needs 2 receivers and a flex. Got Waddle, Terry, Pittman. Oh, he was already starting Rice and JSN. Okay, so we just need 1 and 1.
Waddle and Terry.
All right, there you go. Good luck. Get that top seed. All right, Mark Wassman, always here nice and early as well. How's the lineup looking? 14-man league, going with Lamar and Henry and Kyron. Let's hope they stomp all over the Steelers. Michael Wilson, DK Metcalf, John Johnson, sorry, this reaction there. C-Rod on the bench, Corum, Tucker, Valet, Judy, Mechie, Ferg.
I would go Valet over DK. I might even go Corum over DK, honestly. But I'll go Valet. I'll go Valet over DK. I mean, It's okay if Valet or DK aren't very good. You got Michael Wilson. He's going to go off this week. You're fine.
Might make up for 2 of your receiver spots. But yeah, DK honestly is just barely startable. I mean, Judy's not startable. I wouldn't put Mechie over him, but yeah, let's go Valet. All right, and then DS Shepard in half. This is round 1 as well. I don't know why. Flex 1, RJ, Kyron, Michael Wilson, Terry, and Myers. Basically everyone in the Boom video.
You only flex 1 of these? Well, I've moved Michael Wilson up even ahead of RJ Harvey. So, I mean, it's not even enough that Marvin Harrison is out, but Greg Dortch is even out. Like,
yeah,
if
true.
Jacoby throws the ball 40 plus times, Michael Wilson and Trey McBride are each going to get 20 targets. So give me Michael Wilson.
Yeah, it's stuck in half. We usually would prefer either Harvey or Kyron, but Michael Wilson could explode, so let's do it. Now, I like all of your options. This must be a shorter league. Bob didn't wait, by the way. Anybody who's on here, you don't have to wait to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. He did that. He took care of the thumbs up thing 6 hours ago. I already liked it. Thank you, Bob. Already knew what you were getting.
Thank you.
He's going to get this question answered. Do you think Igbokwe owners have been expecting a lot? Well, yeah, of course.
Yes.
But I guess the question is, what do you expect from him now? Evans not back. I mean, Godwin is there.
Well, Godwin hasn't helped him the last 2 weeks. I mean, maybe Evans will help because take some of the coverage off of Igbuka, but we'll see. I mean, I think one thing that people kind of, and this includes us, kind of overlooked in his, early season when he was, putting up great games was he wasn't one of these guys that was racking up like huge yardage games. Like he's only gone over 100 yards 3 times, which is nothing wrong with that. But then he's only even gone over 50 yards 3 other times all year. So even in the beginning of the season, like week 1, 67 yards, but he had 2 touchdowns. Week 2, 29 yards, but he had a touchdown. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like even though he was off to a strong start, a lot of it was because of touchdowns. And we've seen that kind of dry up here, but we've also seen, the catches in the yard. So I don't know, maybe having Evans back will help. We'll see.
But we won't see this week. I mean, you're asking me he's flex worthy. Yeah, he's still a flex option. He's not like dead.
Right.
But you can't feel great. I mean, I don't know, Bob, if you just want like a vote of confidence, can't feel like I would expect more suddenly this week than we've seen the last few weeks. I don't see why we would. Although it is the Saints, but still. JCR Melt, what is up? It's a must win. So let's see. 1 running back, 2 flexes. Aaron Jones, Bam, C-Rod, Ladd, Godwin, Shakir.
I'm going to go Bam at running back. Assuming Herbert plays, I'm going to flex Ladd. I have Aaron Jones next. So I'm going to go Bam, Ladd, Jones.
Yeah, I mean, assuming Herbert plays. If Herbert doesn't play, if it's Trey Lance, let's just ask that. Is Ladd completely unstartable or like a desperation flex, or like, oh, he could be okay?
If it's Trey Lance, I probably don't risk it. I would probably put Shakir in.
All right. I agree with Bam at the running back spot. Ladd for now. I would put Shakir there anyways. I think Shakir could have a decent game. Again, I'm not expecting Dalton Kincaid to play, and if he does, I don't expect much from him. He's still the number 1 receiver for Buffalo. They're going to need to pass it, and it's the Bengals. So I like Shakir enough this week. Well, let's see what happens with Herbert. Andy, half PPR, 2-2, tight end in a flex. Got Bucky, so now got Bucky, Harvey, Puka, Higgins, Fannin, Jacoby. Looks like that's his flex. Okay, anybody on the bench that we should switch here? Yes, bench? I think we can put JD over Tyrod Taylor.
Yes. Just Etienne on the bench, Manon guy on the bench, Sutton on the bench. My goodness. Bucky, Harvey, Puka. I'm going to move Myers to I'm going to move, or I'm just going to put Sutton in over Higgins. I guess it doesn't matter, but I can't. You can't feel great about Higgins this week against the Bills on the road.
Yeah, it's Sutton against the Raiders. Let's do that. So Sutton over Higgins, must win. Let's get it. Jay Tovin, 2 receivers and a flex. Nico Igbuka, Michael Carter, Terry, or Alec Pierce. I don't think Carter belongs there.
No, I mean, Carter's interesting as like a sneaky flex, I guess, with DeMarcado and everybody out, but let's not go there. I'm going to go Nico Terry at wide receiver, and I'm flexing Alec Pierce.
There you go. Moises, buenos dias. Start a flex here. Reed, Flowers, Jaden Higgins, Valet, Aaron Jones. Was it KO?
Who's KO?
I don't know.
I probably have I have Valet, not knowing who KO is. I have Valet the highest out of this group.
Trying to think. Keon Coleman? Is he number 0?
That's what I thought, but wouldn't that be like KC?
That would make sense, yeah. Well, isn't Keon Coleman, is he number 0 or is he something
I
else?
think he is number 0. Is that his nickname, K0?
Is it? Huh.
I really hope not. I mean, have we gotten this bad with nicknames?
Oh, we have. But how about
have we gotten this unoriginal with nicknames? He's K0.
Oh, no. He meant K9. All right.
Okay. I was like,
But
come on. I was like, come on. We gotta be doing better than K0.
my-
I still have Valet the highest. Is this PPR? PPR, right? Yeah, I
Yeah.
have Valet the highest here.
My problem is that Keon Coleman absolutely does not deserve a nickname. Like, you have to be good enough to actually get some sort of nickname. Anyways, but no, it's not him. All right, what about 12 team pick a flex, Ladd, 80 Mitchell, Flowers, Reed?
Assuming Herbert plays, I still have Ladd the highest here. If Herbert is out and it's Trey Lance, I will go with. I think I still have to play Flowers over a Donnie Mitchell.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. 80 Mitchell coming off a big game, and Flowers has not come off a big game since week 2, but at least he gets you the floor. Because 80 Mitchell, the floor is not more than like 2 points, honestly. Texans kicker, Ravens kicker, or Steelers kicker. Appreciate you not using actual names of kickers. So which kicker do you like?
I don't know which team. I feel like I would probably go Ravens kicker because I feel like the Ravens can get maybe even the Texans kicker. So I'm trying to think. Like I feel like those teams can get close to the red zone but not finish.
True. That's true.
That's it. That's all I got.
Washington, Titans, or Miami for defense? Okay. I mean,
I think I'm going to go slight edge Miami over Washington.
There again, I can't ever find myself starting the Titans defense. They're just not good enough. I know Washington's defense has been horrible, but they get JJ McCarthy. That might be encouraging enough for me. Miami's kind of like in between, So I think Miami's like a decent actual defense these days, and they get a good matchup. So let's go Miami. In Lucero, Hampton, Monangai, or Bam?
I've got Hampton the highest still.
Now, it's interesting. You think coming off of last week, like, oh, Monangai, but it's a much different matchup this week. I think Bam is still pretty interesting, but his matchup is just tough enough, right? It's just tough enough. Take a chance on Hampton. JD or Brissett? When we had this ready, it's JD.
JD, yeah.
All right, Zach Mudd in the sleeper 10-team league. Who to sit? Franklin, Pierce, Valet.
I think here I have Valet the lowest.
Yeah, those guys are all pretty close.
Yeah, I got Valet the lowest, though.
The riskiest. Which two do I start? Corum, Jones, Gainwell, or Bam?
I'm going to go Bam and Jones.
Agree with that. Derek Gonzalez needs 2, and a flex. Kyron, Genty, Hampton, Monangai, Chase, Wilson, Ladd, 80 Mitchell, and Watson.
All right, at running back, I'm going Kyron Genty. At wide receiver, going Chase, Michael Wilson. And I have Hampton as the highest flex option here. Actually, do I have him over Watson?
I was gonna say I do like Watson, but
yeah, but I still got Hampton over him.
I don't remember. I think Derek's full PPR. Kind of floor ceiling, right? Watson riskier. Hampton maybe doesn't have the ceiling, so that's kind of a floor ceiling debate. I think Hampton, if we feel like, well, do you feel, because somebody asked earlier, remember the draft lane question, with Herbert, without Herbert, do you think it's possible? Although then I think about it in my head, that seems very unlikely. If Justin Herbert is out, could that help the running backs because they're going to run the ball more?
I mean, they might run it more, but the offense probably also is worse. So I don't think having a worse quarterback ever really helps the running game or anybody, to be honest.
As I was saying in my head, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Look, there are people who think that, right? Oh, they're not going to pass the ball. They're just going to run it 100 times. But you have to be able to pass to actually get first downs and move the ball down the field. And if you can't, you can't just say, oh, we're going to run it 50 times. Like, you actually have to have the ball that much.
Right.
So never mind. Scratch what I said. Moises, how confident are we with DJ Moore or Burden with a Dunze out? Worth a flex or a stash?
Well, I certainly think worth a stash. I mean, if DJ Moore or Luther Burden on your waiver wire, I think they're worth adding because again, this might be a multi-week, might be the rest of the fantasy season for Odunze being out. I have moved DJ Moore up to a strong flex and Luther Burden up to a flex. I think we have to. I mean, Odunze is the number one target on this team, and he's out.
Yeah. There had been talk that Burden, coming on, and yes, slowly, gradually, he has been. But you cannot feel good about, Caleb Williams. You can't feel great about Caleb Williams. You can't. He's one of the lowest in terms of catchable ball rate. So, and they're just wanting to run the ball. So, all right, drop AD and pick any of these. Start him as a flex over Flowers, Reed, Ladd.
I mean, I think if DJ Moore is out there, I got to drop it Donnie Mitchell and pick up DJ Moore. Burden's a little closer for me. Start any of them. I still have Ladd over these guys, assuming Herbert plays. But I would probably flex DJ Moore over Flowers or Reed if it's not Herbert.
All right, we'll see. Be nice to know. All right, so we got a couple from Selena. So first of all, I guess let's put this first. Got the membership again. Shout out for guidance in getting her to the first round of the playoffs. Very nice. All right.
Well done.
But the work is not done.
This is like first round of the playoffs. That's great, but come on.
Oh, the work is just
close to the finish line yet.
So here we go. Let's get Selena the championship. Full PPR. This is round one. Win, go home. Got CD. Well, that's nice. You got McBride. That's very nice. RB or Judkins, Kyron. I love the confidence. Go down with Lamar. Just like to have him sink the ship. Or would you go T-Law, Darnold, or Tyrod Taylor?
If it's my team, I'm going down with Lamar. I'm going down with Lamar here. I don't mind T-Law or Darnold this week. Like if you want to play it a little safe here, but man, I would just be kicking myself if Lamar has like a 30-point game on my bench. Wide receiver flex, I'm going to go Terry and Jacoby.
Well, I've been saying this and I'm going to stick with it. I don't think he's going to like absolutely murder your team single-handedly, like eat negative points, but I just go T-Law. Don't risk the fourth straight game of Lamar doing very little, like barely double-digit points. I like T-Law enough. I would just go T-Law, but again, you could be leaving points on the bench if Lamar does actually run and do something this time. So this is kind of a risk-reward type of thing. Yeah, I like Terry a lot this week. Ooh, man, like it's something to flex Bowers, but he gets Denver, right? That's too tough of a matchup here.
Yeah, I think I feel good enough about Terry and Jacoby. I don't need to flex Bowers.
Yeah, and we like Jacoby. So there we go. The op had Gibbs. Not good. And Aubrey, the secret weapon. Seattle or Washington at defense?
Doesn't Seattle get like some smash spot this week? They played Falcons. They get the Falcons. That was last week, right? They got the Titans. Who is it? Seattle or I'll still go Seattle over Washington, though. The Falcons, Kirk Cousins, no Drake London. Yeah, give me Seattle.
Yeah, no Drake London. Exactly. Falcons. I think I'm, again, taking the better actual defense. I realize Washington does get Minnesota, but I think Falcons are not that much better. Okay. Well, I think that's everything. So, Selena, we're just going to say good luck. Let's get it. Hopefully, you guys come through. I mean, again, CD did come up with a good game at least before he went out. Man, imagine what he could have done if he had stayed in the second half.
Exactly.
Okay. Willie Chase. Standard. Okay, well, it doesn't matter for quarterback. Lamar, T-Law, or JD. We just go JD?
JD. Yeah, just go. You don't need to risk it here with Lamar. Just go JD.
Franklin or Verlet? Again, standard.
I'm going to go Franklin.
Yeah. think if it was PPR, like maybe I could go Valet, but in standard, go Franklin for touchdown upside. Daniel Hart, Corum or Rodriguez?
I think you got to go Rodriguez here as like pretty much the lead back. Touchdown upside. I mean, Corum has touchdown upside too, and it's not a terrible spot for the Rams this week, but Chris Rodriguez probably going to get way more touches than Corum.
Right. He's actually the starter here. So let's go Rodriguez. Let's do a couple of quickies here. Gladys, Lobato, Stranger, Kincaid.
Strange.
Yeah.
I like Strange enough. I don't need to risk it.
And then Eric Angel. Good morning / afternoon. Should I start Bo Nix or JD?
JD.
Yeah. Like I know it's a good matchup for Bo Nix, but just go JD. And then no end, JD or Trevor Lawrence. I assume it's JD. All right.
Yes.
Let's get those out of the way. Joe, what's up, Joe Coons? My mother-in-law dropped May for love this week. Promptly dropped Daniel Jones for him. There you go. It always feels a little extra sweet, right? Get revenge on the mother-in-law. I'm hoping
that was
a good move.
Yeah, definitely a good move. A terrible move by your mother-in-law. Terrible move.
Like, tell her if you want that winds up being the difference. Tell her, hey, I watch Fantasy Endgame. You don't. That'll be the difference.
Yeah.
Get her to subscribe. All right. How about another one from Willie Chase? Got a Chan needs an RB2 and then 2 receivers and a flex. Got Bucky, Judkins, Hampton, Monungai, Buka, Ladd, A.D. Mitchell, and then got like Valet on the wire.
Nah, but Bucky's going to be your RB2. I'm going to say Ladd at wide receiver 1, assuming Herbert plays, otherwise Igbuka. And then I believe I have Judkins over. No, I have Hampton over Judkins this week, actually. I might be too high on Hampton, but I'm going to go Hampton at the flex.
Well, we'll see with Hampton. Yeah, I mean, Bucky is definitely the RB2 here. You know that. That's the easy part. I mean, honestly, Willie, you might have to wait a little bit and see about the Justin Herbert news. I assume we haven't got anything yet, but we're going to keep you posted if we do hear anything at all while we're streaming, which is possible. We might hear some news on Herbert. I do get the feeling he plays, but that doesn't make me feel super confident in guys like Ladd, So we'll see. All right, now it's Spearsy's turn. What's up, Spearsy? Needs a flex. Monungai, Addison, Rashad White, Juwan Johnson.
Out of this group, I'm definitely going Monungai.
Yeah, major questions about all of them. Let's go Monungai. Cody. So Gibbs didn't drop 50 to end your week, only 37.
Yeah, only 37.
But you felt it coming. Like you knew it was going to happen, and it pretty much happened. But your week is not over. I mean,
nah, come on. You could have somebody drop 40 and offset Gibbs. So
right. And we've seen it before many times where there'll be a team like, oh, Jahmyr Gibbs had the 40 points, and then their other 3, receivers and flex give them like 10 points combined. The rest of their team just sucked, right? It happens. So just see.
The only time I can ever remember it being over before it started was it 2018, I believe, where the third, I think it was was it the Thursday, or because it's always Christmas week, right? It was one of the Christmas Day games. It was Vikings versus Saints, and Dalvin Cook had been awesome that year, and Alvin Kamara had been awesome that year, and Alvin Kamara scored 6 touchdowns in that game. Remember the 6? And he should have had 7, but ridiculous. Sean Payton had to give his boy Taysom Hill a touchdown at the end. He should have set the record with 7. And then after the game, Sean Payton was like, I didn't know that was a record. It's like, you're such a whatever.
Of course he didn't.
Whatever. I got to give my boy Taysom Hill a touchdown. Like, come on, get out of here. Anyways, I think that was the only time I can ever remember, like, the week being over before it started. Because if you played, like if you were in the championship game and your opponent had Alvin Kamara, it was pretty much like you're done already. You're pretty much done. Like it's over.
Yeah, there are situations. I don't think this week's Gibbs. It was good.
Nah,
It's a good game, but I don't think your week is over yet. So
no, definitely not.
All right, so Full Circle unfortunately does not have CMC. Needs help picking 2 starting running backs. Not so great. Here we go. You weren't lying. Samaje Perine, Woody Marks, Zach Charbonnet, Aaron Jones. All right, it's not too bad.
It's not too bad. I mean, it's not CMC,
It's not
but
CMC.
I'm gonna go Woody Marks, Aaron Jones.
All right, there you go. Thanks, and yeah, happy week 14. Good luck. OG Fly Ass Kane is dropping Odunze. I mean, look, we may not see him right next week, the week after. So I get it. Is that a regrettable panic drop?
Yeah, I don't know if I would have dropped Rome Odunze. We'll see. We'll see.
I mean, to some extent, you're right. His value had been kind of tanking. He hadn't been having big games. It was very inconsistent already. It really just depends. I mean, like you've been saying, right? At this point, stashing for a guy that 2-3 weeks from now, your season might be over by then. So it just really depends. It really depends. I don't think you'll regret this because if it's a stress fracture, he's week to week. He may not play next week, and by that point, it may not matter. So I think it's okay. Esteban Garcia needs 2. First up, Dalton Kincaid, Mark Andrews, Brenton Strange.
Brenton Strange. We need. Oh, I was like, I thought we need 2 of these. No, we don't need 2 of these, right?
I think he means like he has like 2 questions.
Okay, Brenton Strange.
And a wide receiver 2, Olave, Waddle, Jacoby, or Terry.
I have Olave slightly higher than these guys. Man, this is tough. Well, not Waddle I can ignore, but the other 3 are tough. Very close. I literally have them ranked Olave, Terry, Jacoby. Like literally, there's nobody in, but that's literally they're like back to back to back.
Yeah, the only difference for me is I probably have Terry, Olave, and then Jacoby, just because now we know JD is back and Olave's been a little bothered, let's say, by the back. So that one's tough. It's not Waddle though. Karen Cooney, hey, pick one. Gadsden, Schultz, Mason Taylor, Evan Ingram, TJ Hawkinson, AJ Barner, Colby Parkinson must win. Unfortunately, Kittle is out.
Yeah, I've got Schultz the highest here. I feel fine with Schultz.
Yeah, I think this one is pretty easily Schultz, unless you want to buy into the Ingram game from last week, which sounds very risky. All right, good luck, Karen. And then we have N4Y Sun, half PPR with Rome out and some names on the wire. Pat Bryant, Jared Judy, Malik Washington, Chimera DK, Marquise Brown, Tez Johnson. Okay, so this is a situation where I wouldn't drop Rome Odunze.
No, don't drop Rome Odunze. I mean, do we need to play one of these guys though?
Well, I mean, I hope not. Okay, I guess let's pretend we do. What if we need to start one this week?
I actually think I have Jerry Judy the highest here. I do.
I mean, among these guys, I can't do it with Hollywood or Tez.
I mean, Judy gets the Titans.
Yeah, I guess it's Judy. Like Pat Bryant's kind of interesting because he's getting on the field a little bit more, but I don't know, like the number 3 guy for Denver versus, I guess, technically the number 1 guy for Cleveland. All right, let's just go Judy. All right, Bobby Brook. Drop one. Got to drop Burrow, JD, or Love. Like I know you're a Packers fan. It's clearly Love. It's clearly
Love.
Yes. Easily. Easily.
Yes.
Look, the good news is you don't have to think about starting Jordan Love. You have Burrow and JD. Like you should be glad. would you recommend rostering 2 defenses because it's playoff time, or just stick with the Rams?
Well, it depends. I don't know. Like, what is the Ram? Who do the Rams?
This week it's the Cardinals. I feel like they get the Panthers again. I could be wrong. Let me see.
Well, they get the Lions in the first round of the playoffs, then the Seahawks, then the Falcons. I don't really want to start the Rams against the Lions.
No. And
I
at Seattle,
probably don't
not
want to start
ideal.
them against the Seahawks. So I would pick up. I mean, you only want to have, like, I'm okay having 2, even 3 defenses at this point, depending on who you're dropping. But you only want defenses that you're going to actually play. So you got to look, like, I don't know, you're in the playoffs. I don't know if you have a bye or not. So you got to look at week 14. Okay, who's my best option at week 15? Who's my best option week 16? Who's my best option week 17? I'm fine picking those defenses up. Again, assuming you have the room. If you can find a defense where it's like, hey, I can play in week 15 and week 17, that's even better. Or if you can find a defense you can play all 3 weeks, that's ideal, but not always possible unless you have like one of those elite defenses.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. It depends on who's available and whose schedule jives here. I mean, just real quick, looking at week 15, again, don't know which defenses might be out there. The Commanders get the Giants. I guess that's not the worst. Jags get the Jets. Jags are a pretty good actual defense. You could go Bears against the Browns. Those are some adequate options. But yeah, let's see who's out there. But congrats on being in the playoffs.
Yes.
Thank you, Scott, for the reminder. Absolutely. All right, let's get to Cody. These 2 running backs, Rodriguez, Neal, Bam, Hampton, in half.
I'm going Hampton and Bam.
All right. And then Killa Tech LA, top of the morning.
But I think you also had a tight end question.
Oh, Waller or Gadsden?
Waller.
Waller. Sorry. Killa Tech says, thanks for the tips. First year playing. So far, so good.
Nice.
All right. Always feels good. Who should I flex, Valet or Aaron Jones?
I've got Valet higher here.
Yeah.
I really hope I don't regret these.
all in on Devon Valet. What could go wrong? Chris Connor, win and in. So here we go. Burrow or Lamar? That's not a hard choice for me. It's easily Burrow.
Nah, Burrow. Yeah, Burrow.
Now this one, Darnell Mooney or Parker Washington. Nobody else besides Pat Bryant on waivers.
Well, I mean, if Parker Washington is out, I guess you got to go Mooney. I mean, I don't know. Could I play Pat Bryant over Mooney? I don't know.
No. I guess it's Mooney for now. How about I do start 3.5. Harvey, Jones, Monungai, Bam. Who sits?
Jones sits.
And then a pretty easy one. Dusky, JD or Jordan Love?
JD.
And then Nitty Paradiddy drums. Trying to lock in first place, Burrow or Brissett?
Still got to go Burrow here. Unless something crazy happens with the weather where it's like, oh, it's going to be like a foot of snow or something. I'm going Burrow.
All right, here's Alexis. Who to start? 2 receivers, 2 running backs, and a flex. Got Genty, Bijan, Harvey, Judkins. And then got Sutton, Nico, T, and Terry. This baby stuff is easy. Wow. Oh,
wow.
Man. Famous last words.
Yeah. Gonna go Bijan, Harvey at running back. Nico, Terry at wide receiver. And I'm flexing Genty. Ooh, Genty, Sutton, tough. But I'm going to go Genty.
All right. Yeah, no arguments there. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying being a dad. That's good. I mean, it definitely gets more challenging. I'll just say this from experience, raising a child or picking a winning fantasy football lineup each week. Yeah, the baby stuff's a little easier in comparison. At least you kind of get to know what to expect. AV for 3. But congratulations, seriously, Alexis.
Yes.
Great for you. AV for 3, what's up? Hurts or Stafford?
I have Stafford one spot ahead of Hurts.
Yeah, that one's close. Jacoby Watson or Christian Watson? I think you meant Jacoby Myers. Myers or Watson?
Yeah, I'm like, who's the other Watson? Deshaun Watson not activated yet, thankfully. Gonna go Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, thankfully. Yeah, that one's close. I like them both, but we'll do like Jacoby quite a bit this week. Ooh, here's a good one. We like super flex questions. Needle Ninja James. In a super flex league, do I take a chance on 9 or try Shuck or Tyrod? I'm already dead last this year. So looking for what? Like dead last at the end of the
I
season.
mean, I have Shuck ranked the highest, but I'll say this: if you really want to needle your opponent, you put 9 in, and then if he does well, you just be insufferable. Like 9,
Yeah.
9.
Yeah.
And if he does terrible, who cares? Like, you're in last place.
It won't matter. It won't matter. I like the competitive spirit. Let's put it that way. Myresh Deodar, 1-2-2-2, Jones or Brissett?
Brissett.
Achan, I'm pretty sure is 1. Who's the 2? Etienne, Walker, Rodriguez, Woody.
Etienne.
BTJ, Higgins, Mitchell. Oh, okay. I guess that's it. No London.
We need 2 of these. T. Higgins. I think I have Mitchell over BTJ. I do. Mitchell.
Yeah. I'll go Mitchell here, and then do we need 2 flexes? Is that right?
All right. I go Woody and Walker.
Yep. All right. There you go. So
if
possibly
Kincaid, he's asking if Kincaid is a no-go, who do you drop? You drop Kincaid.
Well, yeah.
Like if Kincaid doesn't play, you need to pick up a different tight end, you just drop Kincaid.
Yeah, I don't want to drop any of those running backs necessarily. You might need them since you have 2 flexes. It's half PPR. So, all right. I would just get ahead of that now and start looking at the waiver wire and figure out who you want. All right, let's do B. Harris. So now with the question about Herbert, is it QJ or just go AD Mitchell?
I mean, even with Herbert, I'd probably just go AD Mitchell.
Exactly. All right, what about Andrea? Always in the house. Needs a flex. Godwin, Gainwell, Sharps.
Oh, man. I think I'd just take a chance on Charbonnet scoring a touchdown.
Man, really feeling the hate on Godwin. No faith after last week, huh? He did something at least.
I mean, did he even outscore Charbonnet last week with doing something? I don't think so.
Well, that may or may not be true, but at least he got some yardage. I guess Charbonnet could score. Yeah, I mean, he always could score, right? All right, fine. What about Robert Cano? Winning in, needs a QB, 2 running backs in a flex, T-Law, Baker, or JD?
JD.
2 running backs, Barkley, Judkins, Warren, Monungai, and then Sutton's probably the flex, right?
Yeah, Sutton's a flex, and I'm going to go Judkins, Monungai. Bench Barkley. Barkley. Where? Oh, fantasy football, you never fail to disappoint.
No, that is true. Xander the Great. Daniels over Donald? Yes.
Yes.
Will Daniels stay healthy?
I hope so. I hope so because I sent Pierre a pretty big trade in one of our dynasty leagues where I'm going for it.
Oh,
you'll have to check that after the stream.
Oh, I need to check that. I haven't checked. Oh, no. Okay. I'm not going to get into that yet. Look, you honestly not saying anything to answer your question is like you could say that about every single player in the NFL any given week, and the answer is we don't know because injuries happen to guys who have never been injured before every week. Guys like, will CeeDee Lamb stay healthy? Oh, well, why wouldn't he? But guess what? He's not healthy. So,
Yep.
Hopefully, I will say it's not a lower body injury. Right? It's not his leg or his foot or something that should affect him when he's scrambling, and it's not his throwing hand, so it shouldn't be a problem.
Right. That was a pretty freak injury.
Yeah, right. So, hopefully, Jedi Koth, Valet, AD, or Franklin in half.
I still have Franklin the highest here. It's a good matchup against the Raiders. I'm not like going to completely be like Franklin's the wide receiver. Like he's not even part of the offense anymore after like what he had done most of the year. I'm still taking a chance on Franklin here.
Right. Yeah, these guys are still all risky to some extent. Okay, Bobby, here's a good question. Would you drop one of these guys for Michael Wilson? But look at the group. Pittman, Sutton, Mike Evans, Tet, or Justin Jefferson.
I mean, is it must win?
Well, I remember he said earlier he's in the playoffs, so we're just thinking postseason.
Yeah, I'll drop Tet for Michael Wilson. There's no time to. You can't be like, oh, what about next week when I get Tet? What if there is no next week? Okay, you need as many. If you're in the playoffs right now, you got to go get Michael Wilson. And what's Ted even done lately?
Well, he's scored a couple of touchdowns, but not like big yardage, right? Not big games. But like we always say, it's also you get Michael Wilson so that your opponent can't. Because what if Michael Wilson goes nuclear this week, right? Rather have him on your bench or in your lineup than somebody else's. So just do it because Ted's not going nuclear for anyone this week because he's not playing.
Nope.
So let's do it. All right. Raul Castellanos just checking in to say he got some solid advice. Has a pretty nice lead.
Nice. Well done.
Excellent. All right. And then Joe Coons now, Burden Valet, Jaden Higgins, pick one in half.
I still have Valet the highest here.
Yeah, Burden is still a little too risky. We have a celebrity cameo. It's Jesse Ventura. Welcome, Jesse. The body. And and the mind. I'm weak at the wide receiver spot. I have Pittman and Pierce as possible flexes. Got Hampton and Harvey on the bench.
Yeah, give me Harvey in the flex against the Raiders.
Yeah, definitely. Billy Joe Billingsley, Watson or Jacoby.
Jacoby.
What about Harrison or Vidal? Well, that's a pretty easy one. It's not Harrison. Harrison's not playing.
Yeah, you can't flex Watson. Oh, it's another league.
Yeah.
Well, good luck. Good luck with Vidal.
Maybe, I don't know, somebody else available for you on the waiver. It's possible. Go and check. Never hurts to check. Guys, again, I think I stopped saying it on a weekly basis. After waivers run and you know who you dropped, don't forget to go back and check to see who else was dropped in your league. Look at the league transactions. And even today, sometimes people on the last minute, oh, this guy's hurt, or oh, I need a kicker and I forgot. Go and check to see who's been dropped on your league's waiver wires. Sometimes you'll be surprised who's available. So go ahead and check right now and see if you got any high-end players that could be available. Linton Mare, welcome back. Have JSN, Rice, Terry, Zay, Sutton drop one for the 49ers defense next week. Currently have the Broncos. No. I just go roll the Broncos. I don't even care if the Broncos are playing. I'd rather have the Broncos defense than the 49ers defense.
I mean, maybe. It depends who they're playing, but yeah, definitely.
But you don't need to do this for next week anyways, right? For a defense for next week. Why not just wait?
Yeah.
Has the 49ers defense been so good? No, they haven't. Like, okay, so they get the Packers next week. That's not ideal, but I think the Broncos can still get some sacks on Jordan Love. It's not like,
I'm not worried about Jordan Love.
Not worried. No.
Yeah.
I was able to stack Wilson, Broncos, and KC? Oh, I'm thinking you mean Stash. KC
Yeah.
defense for week 16. Okay. Not gonna lie, have not yet looked ahead to the defensive matchups for week 16 and 17 and all that. Although that might be something we need to do right for this week for I need to do a video on it or something, right?
Yeah, we might need to do that.
All right. Cody, is Baker a good substitute for Burrow if the snowpocalypse arrives?
Oh, I don't know if I could go that far. I mean, look, if it's really that bad, which it doesn't sound like right now, but if it really is that bad, then maybe.
I don't know. Like you said, I don't get the feeling it's going to be that bad. So, is Baker a good substitute? I mean, he's acceptable. He's fine.
Yeah.
But I'd much rather have Burrow than Stroud, Darnold, Shuck, Shador for a different league. These are the choices.
I have Darnold the highest here.
Yeah, I'll go Darnold. Right. Cody Wayner again, flex. Mitchell, DK, Allen, Valet, Higgins, Pierce.
I'm going to assume that if that's T. Higgins, I'll go T. Higgins. If it's Jaden Higgins, I'm going to go Alec Pierce.
Yeah, I mean, with this group, I would assume Jaden Higgins. These are all
Right.
like waiver wire pickups. So, all right. P is still 24/7, always tired. Good morning. Hendo, Hubbard, CMC, and Jennings all are on bye. So here's the lineup. Got Daniels, nice. Jones and Tootin, not quite as nice. Igbuka, Terry, flexing BTJ. Should I drop BTJ for Burden?
No. No.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not crazy about either. Drop Tootin for Piron and Pacheco?
No.
Unfortunately, it's just one of those weeks. You're just going to have to survive and hopefully get through it. Z-Dub, for the rest of the season, keep 2. Pittman, Mitchell, Wandale, Pierce.
I think it's got to be, I think Pierce has to be one. I think it's still got to be Pierce and Pittman. Come on. I think it's still got to be the Colts wide receivers.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I'm not crazy about Pittman, but I would still keep him over Wandale. Jedi Cough now in half. Flex, Valet, Pittman, or McConkey.
I actually have Valet slightly ahead of Ladd here. Oh, God, what am I doing?
Go and get your put your higher on Devon Valet and underdog. Might as well go all the way in and pick every line he's got. Higher. Hey, actually, you know what? Perfect segue. Now I just thought about that. Let's remind everybody who wasn't here at the very top of the show before we continue on to your super chats. Just, by the way, reminder, we will answer every super chat that is on here, and our members, you got the YouTube membership, will answer your questions. I know a lot of you, well, if you've ever watched this, you already know we partner with Underdog. If you haven't watched this before, first of all, welcome. We appreciate you being on here. We partner with Underdog. And so if you haven't tried Underdog for some reason, I know you've heard of them because if you've ever watched football before, you've seen the ads. They have ads on games like the Super Bowl. So we partner with Underdog. It's the place to go for your NFL picks, but also every other sport. If you sign up for the first time, you're going to get a free pick. And right now, for this weekend, it's Pat Mahomes just getting a yard. Take the higher on 0.0 yards. That's a win for you. It's a gimme pick, and you get that if you sign up for the first time on Underdog. But you got to use code ENDGAME when you do that, because in addition to the free pick, you also will get up to $1,000 of bonus cash in your account just for making your first deposit. They'll match half. And then just for making any pick, and as soon as you spend $5 making a pick, you'll get another $100 in bonus funds. So bonus cash, more bonus cash, and a free pick. What's not to love? So if you haven't tried Underdog yet, just make sure when you check out, use code ENDGAME to get all of that. And then, you know what? This is a good time. Also, let's just go ahead and do it. Let's talk Draft Lane, because we have an app. It's called Draft Lane. And you can also use code ENDGAME in the settings area here and get 10 free points. Ask your questions. So let's get back to some of the start sit questions here. This user use those points, free question. And since they're on Yahoo, if you're on Yahoo or Sleeper, it syncs with Draft Lane, so we can actually check out your entire roster. The question here is, do you flex Burden, Waller, or Rodriguez in standard?
Standard, definitely Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah. So let's see. Ooh, now we got Darnell Mooney as a wide receiver too. Do we want to make it? Well, Drake London's out. Bye.
Oh, he's got
Got
to play
Bam.
Moon. Yeah, but Bam's not a wide receiver.
Yeah, but I wonder if we flex, do we want Bam instead of Chris Rodriguez?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we don't have anyone we can put over Mooney, do we?
No.
And then Waller or Strange. Strange seems fine, right? Standard, though? Do you prefer Waller? Or just keep Strange in there?
No, I think Strange is fine.
Okay, so we're going to flex Bam. All right. Close between the RBs, but let's go Bam. TD upside, add flex. All right. And that's how it works. And here's another one, start sit. Just looking for some help. Not sure if my team is strong enough for the playoffs. Anyone should drop is the question. Okay, got Josh Allen, Jason, Michael Wilson, RJ Harvey, Genty, Strange, Achane.
I mean, you're flexing
Myers.
Achane. You're probably strong enough for the playoffs. Got Jacoby Myers on the bench.
Rico
on the bench, Dowdle on the bench. I think this team looks strong enough for the playoffs. What the heck? I don't really see anybody droppable on this team.
I wouldn't drop anybody on this team unless there's somebody crazy on waivers, but
right.
Yeah. Nobody. See, don't drop anybody on this team. You are very deep at running back and plenty of good bench options. I mean, nope, nothing else to do here. All right. It's nice when you're in that situation.
Exactly.
But we can't always be in that situation. So let's go ahead and figure out how we can help everybody else here. Okay, so this I think is where we left off. Lauda, man, 85. Jalen Warner, Etienne.
I have Etienne over Warren.
And then Baker or Herbert.
Baker.
And then Andrews or Kincaid.
If Kincaid plays, I have him higher. But Andrews totally fine if Kincaid's out.
Yeah. I need to hear that he's like 1,000% healthy and good to go and no limits. And they're probably not going to tell us that. You know, I've been burned here before.
Yeah,
right.
I know.
Dead to me. He's on the list. Z-Dub, by the way, also just want to say thanks. First place in both leagues. Nice. Had the first run by. It's also a nice feeling. Super not. Watson or Ladd?
Watson.
And Elmer Sanchez. Burrow or Darnold?
Burrow.
And then JT, Walker, Hampton, two of those.
JT and Hampton?
One between Higgins, Jacoby, QJ, AD, Mitchell.
Myers. Let's go Jacoby.
This is and then one flex.
I'm going to flex Hampton. Wait, I already played Hampton, huh?
Yeah.
If that's T. Higgins, I'll flex T. Higgins. Otherwise, I'll probably go Mitchell.
All right. And by the way, because see Burrow popped up, Andrea, besides being a very long-time viewer, also I know is a Bills fan. She's in Buffalo. So we got some inside reporting here. Inside information. She says 1 to 3 inches at the stadium. It started noon. Snow, some wind. She says, I don't care. I'm playing Allen and Cooks and those guys.
I mean, like I don't live in Buffalo, but I'm sure Andrea, 1 to 3 inches is nothing.
Come on, probably nothing for them.
Yeah, it's nothing.
Like for me, I would be like in a complete panic. Like I'm not going outside. But I don't live in Buffalo. I live in Texas and I grew up in Miami. So Power EP 7 in standard need 2 receivers in the flex. Wilson, Myers, Monungai, Neal. Who sits?
Neil sits.
And then Adrian. What's up, Adrian? Adrian Baca. Lost to Dunze. Free agents are slim. I was able to get Luther, but still looking to pick up Pat Bryant, Malik Washington, or Parker Washington.
I mean, if you still have room for one of those guys, I would probably just grab Parker Washington, but I wouldn't. I would prefer Luther Burden over those guys.
So should I drop Vidal, pick up Chuba, Gainwell, Singletary?
Yeah, I think you can drop him for Chuba assuming you don't need Chuba this week.
Right. Yeah, I mean, obviously you shouldn't be starting Vidal. So yeah, you got to prefer Chuba to Vidal now, rest of season. All right, Adrian, good luck. Thanks for dropping back in. Let's do a little lightning round here. Why not? As we catch up. A reminder, as I've said, we're answering all the super chats as we always do. If you did drop one, just hang tight. We get a lot of questions before we even go live, which is why we're behind right now, but we're going to catch up. Tito, 5428, Terry or Pierce?
Terry.
Cerulean Dog is in the house. DK Metcalf or Tez Johnson?
I still got to go DK Metcalf here.
I feel like this is a question that was designed just to get us to say yes to DK once. This is E1 in half, Jacoby or Igbuka?
Jacoby.
All right. And then let's get to Hawaiian Ryan, 420. Needs two receivers in the flex. BTJ, DJ Moore, Jaden Higgins, Worthy or Devin Neal?
I'm going to flex Devin Neal. I'm going to go DJ Moore and Jaden Higgins at wide receiver.
All right. And then let's get to Karen again. Karen Cooney. Need to flex between K9, Manungai, AD Mitchell, Godwin, Valet. She's saying she already has Olave. I don't know if that makes a difference. You want to go too Saint heavy because I feel like more than one Saint is already two Saints heavy.
Yeah, I understand, but it's fine because I have Manungai ranked the highest here.
All right. Just wondering if that comment will draw Juice out of hiding. See if he'll say something. Enchanted Fungi, Manungai, Burden, or QJ?
Manungai for the fungi.
Yeah, I was going to say, how often do you get that to rhyme with your name? Cali Kid. CD, well, yeah, we don't know about next week. So he's like on waivers. Myers, Hubbard.
Yeah. I mean, come on. Is this super flex? Why do you have Sam Darnold and Caleb Williams? Drop Caleb Williams, pick up Jacoby.
Right. Unless it's super flex. If it is, fine.
Which I don't remember any of his leagues being super flex.
No, I don't think so. Absolutely.
Maybe this is some secret league he's never told us about, though. I don't know.
It's possible. All right, Javier, what's up? This could be my last question because if I don't win, hear me out. He goes, 24 years. I never drafted QB early till this year. And it was Jaden Daniels. Really want to play him over Burrow.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with it.
It's tough because, of course, we're talking about two elite quarterbacks. Again, I'm super high, almost as high as it could be on Burrow. But JD does get technically the better matchup. And there's no weather issues. And he runs. So let's go JD. Okay. Spamming does not help. Okay. Stealthy Racer. Need to flex. Michael Wilson or Aaron Jones?
Gotta be Michael Wilson.
Definitely Michael Wilson here. All right. How about another Aaron Jones question from Eric? Eric Mariglia. Aaron Jones or Hampton?
Hampton.
Mr. Boogeyman, Valet or Corum in half?
Yeah, I'm still going to take a chance on Valet here. I mean, Corum, if Corum doesn't score, what are you really going to get from Blake Corum?
Right. It's still Valet here, even in half. John Delejandro, 2 receivers, flex. BTJ, QJ, Hampton, Mooney, Mitchell, Burden.
I'm going to flex Hampton. I think I got Mitchell number 1 here. I might go Mitchell Burden. I'm going to go Mitchell Burden.
Mitchell Burden over Hampton? Interesting.
No, Hampton flex.
Oh, Hampton flex. Oh, I see. 2 receivers. Got it. Hampton, Mitchell Burden. Sorry. Eric Sanchez made the playoffs. Still needs help. May on bye. Have Burrow. Drop Burrow for Daniels. I can't hold 3 QBs.
Well, who's your third QB?
We got May on bye. You got May, Burrow, and Daniels is just like chilling out there. So you have to pick 2 of those 3 quarterbacks.
Well, that's the thing, because you can't hold 3 QBs. So, I mean, who do you prefer? Who do you prefer in the playoffs here? Like,
I know what I would do. I would drop May to get Daniels, and then you have Burrow and Daniels. I prefer those 2 guys.
May next week has to play the Bills. Does get the Ravens and the Jets after that, but I mean, yeah, I would just drop May to get Daniels
because he's not helping you this week. I mean, come on, it's Joe Burrow, and I even said with the schedule, I could just set Burrow and not worry about the rest of the season. Get the Ravens, the Dolphins, and the Cardinals. You can start Burrow every week and not even think about it twice. Then you get Jaden Daniels, who, besides the fact, it's Jaden Daniels. Let's see, after this week, the Giants, the Eagles. Okay, that's a tough one. But then they get the Cowboys. I mean,
but look, he's saying with May on the bye, that's 1 QB. I've got Burrow, that's 2. He can only hold. He can't hold 3.
Can't hold 3, so he would have to drop one. And he's like, "Should I drop Burrow? Why drop Burrow? Drop May."
Yeah, I thought he was saying I can only hold 3. I was like, well, who's the third? But I can't hold 3. Okay, yeah. Drop May. Drop May.
Well, it's like, don't we have that as a rule in the draft lane where you can't hoard quarterbacks?
Yeah, which, by the way, we're not doing that. I don't understand this rule. I don't understand these rules. Why do we have these rules? Why did we do that?
Okay. Well, we can always change it for next year.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to leave it as the setting, but it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. Like, why can't I hold a third QB?
Yeah, well, I generally am not a fan of restrictions, right? Like, just in general, right? We hate vetoes are not a thing on draft lane.
No.
Anyways, and by the way, I just noticed I got a notification 40% profit boost on Underdog. They just dropped one, so I have to set some picks here.
Nice.
Let's see. We are at J in Scotland. Tight end rest of the season. Strange, Waller, Fannin, I think Juwan Johnson. Let's rank them. These guys feel like all the same, don't they?
Yeah, I'd probably rank them Strange, Johnson, Fannin, Waller.
And then needs one from Knight, Walker, Barkley.
Oh my gosh. If it's this week, it's Bam Knight. If it's rest of the season, I'm gonna take a chance on Barkley. But if it's this week, Bam Knight. How is this a thing? How is this even a thing?
Yeah, like roll the dice on that Saquon guy. This week it is Bam Knight. I agree. All right, here's Eric Sanchez again. If Olave happens to be out, you just go with Valet or McConkey. Probably not Bird.
Yeah, I can't put Valet or Burden over these guys. I have Valet slightly over Ladd this week. But Olave's playing, but I still have Valet slightly over Ladd. I never thought Olave would be out.
Right. But that's the thing. So you're asking if. Well, if Olave is out, well, that means Valet obviously benefits big time. So we'll see, though. Don't count on it. Julio is back, run CMC. So he's asking for the playoffs, Lamar or JD. Is it just JD?
Yeah, it's got to be right now.
Yep. Who can I drop to pick up a playoff defense? What?
Come on.
Harvey, Ted, or Saquon?
There's
We
got to
can't.
be somebody else you can drop to pick up a defense. Come on. Come on.
Just on principle, I cannot drop Saquon Barkley for a defense.
No, you got to have like a hand, like you hold in Tank Bigsby in case Saquon gets hurt. Like just drop him for a defense if you have to pick up a defense. It's got to be somebody.
I know he's not in a deep league and he's got a lot of good players, which is why he's in the playoffs. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think you need to, Julio, in your league. You don't need to because it's not a super deep league, and you obviously are much more on top of things than your league mates here. So you probably could be able to pick up a defense, before anybody else can.
Exactly.
But also, here's the other thing, just real quick, because we talk about defenses, week 16, week 17. You also can, kind of trick yourself there because all of a sudden the defense that looks like it's got a great matchup, it might change and vice versa. Because, like think about, okay, Seattle versus Max Brosmer last week. Like, did you know 2 weeks ago that Max Brosmer was going to be the quarterback? No, you didn't. So, like, for example, what if, let's take a really good team with a really bad backup.
Like every team, pretty much every team.
Well, like a good quarterback, like you're starting. Okay, let's say the Chiefs. Like, what if Pat Mahomes is like out for the season after this week? Like he's season-ending injury. Then maybe you want whoever the defense is going against the Chiefs because I don't even know who the Chiefs have as backup quarterback, but I know it's not Pat Mahomes. Like that's just an example. So, anyways, that's my Cali Kid. He was asking expectations of CD playing next week.
I mean, we obviously don't know. I think the one thing that I guess is a benefit is that it was a Thursday night game, so he has a little extra time to clear. But again, he did the Tua finger thing, and they ruled him out quick. Like they wasn't like, they ruled him out quick. Like they did the concussion test on the sideline, sent him to the locker, and like 5 minutes later he was ruled out. I mean, that was fast. Like I think you got to at least feel probably worse than 50-50 that he plays next week.
Right. Based on how it looked and what we've seen, like T. Higgins' injury, he was immobile for a little while. Like, it was scary, right? I think they carted him off and he missed more than one game. So,
yeah. Well, no, he missed one game, but remember, he was also the Thursday game. But he
was the Thursday game. Okay.
But CJ Stroud missed multiple games. Jackson Dart missed 2 games. We just don't know. That's the thing. Because the thing about concussions is not like an ankle injury where if it's this severe, this is the timeline. He's going to be tested by an independent neurologist. And that has nothing to do. It's not the Cowboys' choice. It's not the NFL's choice. It's an independent. And if he's not progressing through, then he's out. And it's yeah.
So we never like to just put a number on it, like a chance, because we don't know. But I'm not assuming he is playing. Put it that way. Drayman, 1970. Needs to start one. Marks, Corum, or Neal?
I actually have Neal the highest in PPR.
Yep. Between these guys, let's go Neal. CMC and Henderson are on bye. It's tough. I mean, I hope it's not your playoffs.
Yeah.
C. Rosa, welcome back. In PPR, one quarterback, Brissett, JD, or Baker?
It's got to be JD. We got to play JD.
Let's go JD here. And then flex, Sutton or Ladd?
Sutton.
Yep, it is Sutton here. And then it's the legend, a.k.a. Gemini Earth Snake. If Olave is out, have no choice but to play both Pittman and Monangai. If he does play, who would you flex, Pittman or Monangai?
Monangai.
All right, then it's also C. Rosa. Tight end, Auden Hawk, Taylor, Ingram.
I probably just go Ingram here. At least he gets the Raiders.
At least he's coming off a game where he was actually targeted. Maybe there's hope here. Don't feel great about those other 3. So, yeah. All right, Harv Danger. What's up? Trying to reclaim first. Allen bounce back. I think Allen
should.
Line of Bijan, Woody, Marks. Sutton and Ladd, Juwan Johnson, flexing Pierce on the bench. We got Monangai Corum, Michael Wilson, Gatson.
I would put Monangai in over Marks, and I would put Michael Wilson in. I would actually go Alec Pierce over Ladd and Michael Wilson over Ladd as well.
All right. So there you go. Definitely get Michael Wilson in your lineup.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'd go Monangai over Woody Marks too. Everything else is good. Good luck, Harv. You got it. Halal Sob. Pick 2, Burden, Jaden Higgins, Pitts, or Loveland?
I'm going to go Jaden Higgins and Burden. Look, Loveland gets a slight bump, but so does Burden. I'd rather have Burden over Loveland. Pitts is fine at tight end. I'm not flexing Pitts if I don't have to.
Right, exactly. All right, shut your mouth. Starting the L. Monangai, Jason Wilson, AD Mitchell in the flex. Have Knight, Wilson, Walker, I should say, Sutton on the bench. Pearson, Marks on the bench.
I would play Sutton over Mitchell.
Yeah.
I would play Bam over Neal.
All right. And then let's get to. So we're going to stick with the members and the super chats for now until we catch up. Cali Kid, JD or Brissett?
JD.
Joe Coons again. Needs 2 in a flex. AJB, Waddle, Wilson, Sutton, Shakir. Sitting Sutton and Shakir. I think you want to sit Waddle over Sutton, don't you?
Yeah, Sutton against the Raiders this week. I want Sutton in over Waddle. Yeah, AJB, Sutton, and Michael Wilson.
And he just wants to let everyone know Brissett is going to cook this week.
Let's hope so.
All right, Esteban now in the crazy league where you can start 3 quarterbacks. Any of these guys over Caleb? If that's Marcus Mariota, that's a no.
Yeah, definitely not Marcus Mariota. I would play Sam Darnold pretty easily here. Yeah, I can't feel good about Caleb.
No. I think I might even be able to go Tyrod over Caleb. Who dat, Mac? Jaden Higgins or Valet. I mean, if your name is Who dat, you got to go with the Saints.
Yeah.
Streaming tight ends. Barner, Parkinson, Ingram, or Loveland?
I think I did move Loveland ahead of these guys with Rome out. Yeah, I did. I'll take a chance on Loveland here.
All right. And then Zachary Showers. Sutton or Michael Wilson or McLaurin.
I mean, it's tough having 2 of these guys on your bench, but I think you got to play Michael Wilson.
I don't love Sutton this week, but he's very solid. I really like Terry this week. Exactly. You have to. Like, how can you not start Michael Wilson? And then we have Charlie, Dan, Bob. All right. What does it say? Trailing May or Lamar?
Well, you can't play May this week. He's on bye, so Lamar.
Flowers or Devonta Smith?
I go Smith.
All right. Chief Perp. Stafford or JD?
I think he's still got to go JD here. I do like Stafford, but I got to go JD.
And then you're asking rest of the season Dart or JD? I mean, come on.
Definitely JD. Come on, Chief Perp. Come on. What are we doing here?
Definitely JD. Andrew Myers. Pick 3. Emeka, BTJ, Nico, T, Wilson, Devonta.
I'm going to go Nico, Wilson, Devonta.
Yeah, pretty easily here. ASAP Wolf. What's up? Needs 2 flexes. Pittman, Sutton, Watson, Warren.
I'm going to go Sutton and Watson.
There you go. And this is Hey Pennon. Flex 1, Flowers, K9, BTJ, Vidal, Pierce, or Valet.
Pretty sure I have Pierce the highest here, but let me check. Yeah, Pierce above Valet for me.
All right. And then we got Brett M. No CMC, so either C-Rod or Devin Neal this week and rest of the season.
Well, this week, Devin Neal. Rest of the season, it might be C-Rod, though. He gets 2 really good matchups in the playoffs, and we don't know if Kamara's for sure out all season.
Yeah, it's not even about Kamara. He may or may not. I don't even know if I feel like he's going to come back, but I still just feel like there's a pretty hard cap on Devin Neal's ceiling. So I prefer C-Rod, especially now with JD back. That offense should be even better. All right, and then also JD over Lamar. That's a yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right, fine. I can't help. Ivan Garcia. The goaty goats, it always gets my attention. Thank you, Yvonne. JD Dimes Brissett. That's JD still, right?
JD.
2 running backs, Henry, Williams, Corum. It's the first 2.
The first 2. You got to start Olave and Adams.
Waller, Gadsden, or Pitts.
Waller. Not Gadsden. I have Pitts slightly over Waller, but I totally understand if you want to go Waller for the upside.
Yeah, I mean, Waller always has touchdown potential. He's the number 2 target in Miami by default, but Pitts might be the number 1 target in Atlanta right now. So, and we need a flex. T? Is it T? Probably has to be T.
Yeah, T at the flex. Can't flex Corum.
All right, there you go. Mr. Ruthless says that after the performance by Pickens, kind of nervous. Out of these 3 receivers, needs 2: Flowers, McLaurin, Shakir.
I mean, you're kind of nervous about this week, or you're kind of nervous like rest of the season. Don't be nervous rest of the season. If you're nervous about this week, that's understandable because
yeah, he's nervous about it.
I'm gonna go Terry for sure. I have Zay just ahead of Shakir.
Yeah, I'm starting to worry now that I'm getting too actually high on Shakir. Like, I don't feel like he's gonna have a huge game or something, but I do like Shakir a little better than Flowers because Flowers has not shown any sort of a ceiling like at all. So I would go Shakir. Millie in my pocket. 6 and 7. Win and in. The op had Gibbs. Not good. We need 7. Let's see. A quarterback between Bo, JD, or Caleb.
JD.
Kyron. Hopefully that's Bucky. Manungai, Marion.
Wow. I'm going to go Kyron, Bucky.
Sutton, AD, Godwin, Troy. Already played CD.
Okay, well, that's good. So we only need one of these guys, I hope. I'm going to say Sutton. It starts 7, so yeah, you only need one of these guys. I'm going to say Sutton, and then I'm going to flex Hampton.
All right. There you go, Millie. And then it is, well, Billy Joe again. Billy Joe Billingsley, Baker, or JD. We're going to go JD.
JD.
Gizzard Games. Say Flowers or Jacoby.
Jacoby.
And then Admiral Habibi. All right. Well, here you go. What do you think of Pickens' rest of the season? I wouldn't say Lamb seems okay. He didn't seem okay on Thursday night.
I mean, he seemed okay until he got concussed. I think look, we can't just change the way we feel about a guy after one game, unless something drastic happens, of course. Pickens has been great this year. Pickens will be fine. I would not be at all worried about Pickens.
No, don't worry about Pickens. If anything, if Lamb misses, it could be good for Pickens. So don't worry about it. Which, by the way, I'll just throw out there, it was very annoying because we got the top 10 running backs video that's coming out for playoffs, had top 10 receivers, all good to go. And then, of course, CeeDee Lamb gets concussed. It happens. Things change. Esteban Carlos, rest of season. Top 2 receivers here. Ted Diggs, Shakir, Myers, Watson, Jennings.
I'm going to say rest of the season, I'm going to say T and Watson. I mean, why do we have to pick top 2 rest of the season? T and Myers, maybe?
Figuring out who to hold. He's like in a 16 league. Remember, it's crazy.
Well, that's true. That's true.
And then top running backs.
Hampton and Henderson.
All right, let's do this real quick. Why not? Why not? Admiral Habibi. Who right now is your Super Bowl matchup?
Man, this is the toughest year ever. I feel like
I feel like it's going to be some random team that's like a wild card that barely makes the playoffs, right? It's like feels like one of those years.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the Rams in the NFC. I don't know. I'm gonna say the Bills. Maybe this is the year. Maybe this is the year they can do it, right? The defense is getting better. There's no team that really like the Chiefs. They can beat the Chiefs, they can beat the Ravens, they can beat the Bengals, they eke in. I feel like, with all due respect to Patriots and Broncos fans, I feel like those teams are absolute frauds.
No disrespect there.
But I mean, really, like,
no disrespect.
Like, what is a Patriots' best win this year? Like, who is their best win? And like the Broncos, as soon as the Broncos fall behind, their season's over.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm gonna go Bills Rams, but this year feels like I don't remember. I can't remember the last time it felt this wide open. Just wide open right now.
Yeah. Well, I do agree. The Patriots definitely seem like they're overachieving. I think it's going to be teams that we haven't had a lot of elite quarterback play. I think it's going to be some teams that are defense heavy. So I'm actually going to go Broncos. I feel like their defense will lead them there because nobody else in the AFC I think is really scary. The Bills, they'll find a way to fold.
True.
That's my my thinking there. And the NFC, I mean, I do like the Rams, but just to be different, I'll go with the Packers because I feel like, again, they have a good defense. They don't turn the ball over. Like, their offense is efficient enough. They can run the ball. They don't have to rely on their quarterback. And Jordan Love is fine, right? He's not bad. Again, Bo Nix is fine. Right? He's fine. He's good enough. Good enough.
Yeah, it does feel like this could be one of those Super Bowls where it's like, remember that year the Patriots won and it was one of Tom Brady's Super Bowls and they only scored like one touchdown the whole game. Feels like it could be one of those years.
Yeah, no, it definitely could. All right, let's move on though to Chris Moraga. Needs a receiver in a flex. Debo, DJ Moore, AD Mitchell, Mooney, QJ Valet, Etienne, and Monungai. Just two of those guys.
Oh man. Well, I still have Etienne, I guess, as the flex here. I think I now have DJ Moore as the wide receiver. I think got to take a chance. Got to take a chance here.
With this group, sure, why not? And then question 2, flex QJ, Higgins, Burden, Tootin, Corum, Pollard.
I think I still have Higgins. Do I still have Higgins? No, I moved Burden up. I mean, yeah. He slots in as the number 2 now. I'm gonna go Burden.
It's one of those rookies. I agree. I think based on matchup, though, I mean, they're both tough matchups. But one thing, and I saw this the other day, I can't remember, but the nickel cornerback, the slot guy who covers the slot receivers for Green Bay, he's been hurt, might miss, and he's been really good. So that might give a slight edge to Burden. So let's go Burden. King Tim 903. Jacoby or Jaylen Warren at the flex? I feel like this choice will make or break my chances of winning.
It could. I'm going Jacoby.
You never know. There'll be a lot of other factors in here, but we like Jacoby a lot, unless this happens to be completely non-PPR, right? If this is standard, you go Warren, but otherwise go Jacoby. All right, Trenton Burks, Igbuka or Ladd?
I've got Ladd higher, assuming Herbert plays. Did see that he was limited again today. They were listing him as questionable.
Yeah, I mean, we obviously have to keep an eye on this, right? So Trenton, if Herbert's out, it's not going to be Ladd, but you can keep Ladd in for now. Daniel Jones or Lamar?
Yeah, give me Lamar.
Give me Lamar here, yeah. Flex Hampton or Bucky or one of those receivers?
Bucky. Flex Bucky.
Love Bucky. Gibbs and JT and Jason are locked in. I mean, you're
Nice.
sitting
Nice.
pretty. Yeah, definitely go Bucky there. Orange and blue true. Welcome back. This is non-PPR. Needs 2. Sutton, Michael Wilson, T. Higgins, and Pittman. Probably the first. This is non-PPR, but still. Gotta go Michael Wilson, don't you?
Yeah. But he says, yeah, Michael Wilson and Sutton. Says start 2.
Yeah, and Sutton. Don't do this, Scott of Scots. Drop Valet for Dortch. No, Dortch is not playing.
Dortch isn't even playing this week. Don't do this. Don't do this.
All right, and then let's get to make sure you don't miss anybody. Yeah, Twisted Trucker. Got JD off waivers. Go JD over Lamar.
Yes.
Yes.
Go get that bye week. Get that bye week.
Cody, are we starting Michael Wilson over Jacoby or Terry?
I am.
Like all of them, but yes, this week. Now we can definitely go Michael Wilson. All right, Dennis Trejo. We like Brissett, but come on. Can you start him over Hurts?
No, got to go Hurts still.
Yeah. All right, now we got Con Magic Juan. Must win. Needs to figure out wide receivers and flex. Got 3 overall. Like Buka, Pittman, BTJ, Adane, Franklin, Vidal. He's already got Harvey and Gente locked in at running back.
All right. I'm going to go Buka, Pittman. Oh, actually, hold on. I'm going to go Franklin. I'm going to go Franklin and Buka. I still have to play Pittman over Adani Mitchell. I'm going to go Buka, Pittman, Franklin.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And then at tight end, Juwan or Loveland.
Still going Juwan here.
Yeah, Loveland does become a little more interesting, obviously, with Rome out. But Juwan Johnson is still basically, well, I guess now he's more like the number 3 target with Valet coming on. But he's still a major target there for that team. They're going to have to pass the ball more than the Bears. All right, Harv Danger is back. Should I wait until next week for a Dunze waiver for wide receiver? Is Mitchell, Mitchie, Burden, Valet, Addison, Judy Washington? Would you grab one now? In other words, are we dropping a Dunze for those guys?
I don't want to drop Odunze. Let's wait. Like if you don't need to win this week, and you got or even if you do need to win, but you have a good option on your bench that you're gonna play, let's just wait. Let's not drop Odunze yet.
Yeah, let's again, if it's somebody you need to start like as a flex, okay. Rome is droppable, but for those guys, again, I'm trying not to get carried away by a guy like Devon Valet. Like he is still like the number 2 receiver for the Saints, and like he's not going to be a league winner, right? Let's not go crazy. All right, sorry, I got to do this. Biggie Laz, that's right. Greetings to all the Miami peeps. We got some in the house as well. Somebody who's asking chances. Let's not get to the college football argument debate. Brissett or Burrow?
Assuming that the weather's not horrific tomorrow, which it doesn't sound like it's going to be, I'm going Burrow.
Yep. All right. Young Money is in the
What's
house
up?
again. Needs an RB2 and 2 flexes. Swift, Jalen Warren, Flowers, Pierce, Franklin. Already had Dak and Lamb going against Aubrey in a the inexplicable -1 point per sack.
Anyway. And again, in a game where almost 80 points were scored, the quarterbacks were just okay. Yeah. Come on. Swift RB2. I'm gonna go Franklin at one of the flexes. I think I got Alec Pierce over Jalen Warren. Yeah, I'm gonna go Franklin and Pierce as my flexes, with Swift as the RB2.
All right. Good luck, of course, Young Money. Cali Kid, Moore's on waivers. Could you drop one of those guys?
I think I can just drop Kamara at this point.
Going to say, how good do we feel about him even playing? Not great. All right. Out with the old. Ethan Struby, what's up? Happy holidays. All right, it's not too early for that. 9-4 and 8-5 in both leagues. Flex Andrews or Burden?
Burden,
yeah. Rome is out. Bias killing. Yeah. That's why we don't play playoffs in week 14. God bless. Amon, Jamo, and Gibbs. Yeah, they all went off. Do you all trust the Ravens defense?
Not really. I mean, versus who?
Yeah, generally speaking, no. They're not as bad as they used to be. I mean, this week, sure, they get the Steelers. For what it's worth, Aaron Rodgers is not good. He's not putting up like a lot of points or numbers, but he's not throwing. He doesn't throw interceptions. That's the thing. He's not like a turnover machine, and he gets rid of the ball so he doesn't get sacked a ton. So it doesn't give you the highest upside for a DST against Aaron Rodgers in that sense. He's not going to have a 3 interception game. Like, he just doesn't do that. So they're fine. They're like a floor play, if there's such a thing for a defense. Like, they're a floor play because Pittsburgh isn't also putting up 30 plus points. You know that. All right, let's do right here. Nicole Lancaster needs help. Got Chase Brown and Bucky. That's good, but needs a flex. Monangai, Neal, or Woody.
Monangai.
There you go. Monangai it is. And thank you. Appreciate you. Let's do the next one is Jared Simmons. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 receivers, a tight end, and a flex. Knicks or stream?
Stream Tyler Shuck. I mean, Tyler Shuck's okay this week, but I'm going to play Knicks.
Yeah, I've got to prefer Knicks here. Chase Brown, Breece Hall, Judkins, Warren. We need 2 of those, and then we need 2 between Jefferson, AJB, Pittman, and Terry, and then a flex.
I'm going to go Chase Brown, Judkins. I'm going to go AJ Brown, Terry. I mean, I still have Breece Hall ahead of Jefferson. I know it could be a big Jefferson game, but it also could be another disappointment. That one's close. Breece and Jefferson close for me this week, but I'm going to go Breece.
Right. And for those who don't know, we did say, Jefferson, he's not an absolute must-sit. This could be a bounce back week for him, but clearly no guarantees. I would just go Breece. Let's see. This is Nima Hose. Marks or K9? Pick one.
I think I have Walker. I have these guys back to back. I don't know. I'm going to go Marks. Marks gets more touches.
Yeah, I think so. He gets more receptions in full PPR. It's the advantage. Pick 2 between Troy Zabe, Michael Wilson, A.D. Mitchell.
I'm going to go Michael Wilson and Troy Franklin.
Yeah, definitely Michael Wilson there. All right, Biggie. And again, don't know if you're just messing around. I know you're from Miami, but Tua or Burrow? Come on.
Come on.
Oh, it's Burrow every time. Exactly. Yes, this is true. Okay. Let's do this. Oh, okay. Thank you, Nima Hose, which I don't know if I said it right, but got the victory. This is a new week has begun, though. Thank you, Blue. By the way, always shout out to Blue Romeo in the house, trying to help out in the chat when we cannot answer nearly all the questions. But this is a good time to stop and remind everybody, if you've been watching, if we've helped you last week, this week, I mean, just watching the show, if you can click the like button, that helps us. And subscribe, of course, if you haven't yet. And it doesn't have to just be you. Go tell your family. Go post on social media. Tell everyone. All right, Roberto Lopez, Stafford or Daniel Jones?
Yeah, Stafford.
Pick 5. Barkley, Vidal, Michael Wilson, Rice, Igbuka, Hampton, McLaurin.
All right, I think Michael Wilson has to be 1, Rice has to be 1, Hampton has to be 1, Terry has to be 1. So that leaves us with one choice between Barkley, Vidal, and Igbuka. Well, not Vidal. I have Barkley just ahead of Igbuka, so Barkley's going to be my 5.
There you are.
Plus, this is standard, so definitely Barkley then. Definitely Barkley.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the standard. Definitely stick with Barkley. And then we have Carlos Alvarado flexing Manungai Neal, C-Rod,
None guy.
and then DK Metcalf for Romeo Dobbs.
I think I'm still just going to go DK Metcalf here. Romeo Dobbs.
He's like, they're kind of the same, aren't they? They're kind of just like a floor play. Like maybe they score a touchdown. You feel like, look, there's been a lot of noise this week specifically with DK Metcalf, right? I mean, you got thrown under the bus, by one of the analysts, and then they're saying that, he was a terrible acquisition. Do you feel like this is like a revenge game sort of for him, like a bounce back game, or is it just like the same old deal?
I don't know. I don't know about that, but Romeo Dobbs just doesn't. And look, the thing is, like, if you look at the Bears on the season, you think like, oh, this is a great matchup for Dobbs. But Jalen Johnson came back last week. Kyler Gordon came back last week. This secondary, which we thought was going to be elite to start the season, is about to be elite again. So I'm just going to take a chance on whatever piddly things DK Metcalf can give me, because I'm pretty sure Dobbs is going to give me something piddly too.
That's a good way to put it. All right. Esteban Carlos, Genty or Hampton?
Still got to go Genty here.
Then Needle Ninja James with Dart on by.
We did this already, because remember he was in last. Let's just go with 9 and taunt your opponent.
Was it him? Yeah, I guess it was him. Yeah, all right. But he's asking this. We're still catching up, so we're behind.
Like if you beat your opponent, change your team name to like 9 and like all caps with like 10 exclamation points or something.
Exactly. Nathan Salazar, pick 2, Mitchell, Debo, Woody, Neal.
I'm gonna go Neal and Woody.
All right. And then all right. Just trying to vet all these comments here. Jake Schubert. Round 1 of the playoffs, must win. Again, why are we playing when there's teams on bye?
So many round 1s this week. So many.
Pick 2 receivers, 1 tight end, and 1 flex. Devonta Smith, Sutton, Pierce, and then got Jones, Neal, and tight end. It's Warren. Is that Tyler Warren? Okay, that's not a question. It's Warren.
Yeah, play Tyler Warren. I'm gonna go Devonta Smith, Sutton. I'm gonna go Neal at running. Oh wait, we only need 1 flex. I'm gonna go Pierce at the flex, assuming PPR. But even if it's non-PPR, I don't know if I want to start Neal. He's like, I like him because of his pass catching. I probably just go Pierce regardless here. Oh, he said full PPR. Just go Pierce.
Yeah. All right. There you go, Jake. Brett M. Drop 1. JD, Dart, or Lamar. It's got to be Dart.
You could drop Dart. Yeah.
Stash Chuba, drop C-Rod or Neal.
Can't you drop Dart to stash Chuba? Like, who are you dropping Dart for? You got somebody coming off. Maybe you got somebody coming off IR. I don't know. Maybe you got Hampton coming back.
Good question. Well, if you had to drop one of those, I think I could drop Neal.
Yeah.
It was the same question we had before, though. Tyson DeMahie, what about the Texans defense against the Chiefs, or the Washington defense against 9, or Philly against the Chargers, which, hey, could be Trey Lance.
Yeah, I mean, assuming it's not Trey Lance, I'll go Washington against 9.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm trying to think if it is, but even if it's not Herbert, like if he doesn't play, again, how aggressive are they going to be? I feel like they are going to try to run the ball a ton.
Right.
Trey Lance isn't the worst. All right. Roberto Lopez now. Drop Rico because of Hubbard taking over?
No. Don't drop Rico.
Needs to win. I mean, I get that. You don't get either of those guys this week, but you're talking about next week anyways. Don't drop Rico. Walker Rodriguez, Marks Neal. I mean, no, don't drop.
Wait, are all these guys are on the waiver wire?
Is that what it is? Would that drop? Wait, what? Drop Rico for those? But I'm like dropping Rico for those guys. Like Walker, but again, the question is, are you playing? Like, I need an RB2 this week. I mean, but that wouldn't matter because you can play Rico anyways. I don't know. But are you dropping Rico for one of those guys?
I'm
not.
I guess not, but I am getting a little nervous about Rico, but we'll see. I mean, if you're not going to start one of these guys, then no.
No, I'm definitely nervous about Rico, but I'm not dropping him. I could drop Rome Odunze because he's actually hurt and may not play next week either. So, that's different. Tees, trees, good afternoon. Brown and Monunga are the RBs. Okay. Vidal or Fanning?
Well, I'll just take whatever Fanning gives me. I mean, we don't even know how many touches Vidal is going to get.
Yeah. Yeah, Vidal not really startable. Is this the toughest question of the week? All right, let's see. From Kevin Mashinowitz. Darnold, Taylor, or Stroud?
I hope this is the toughest question of the week. It'd be a pretty easy week. I'm going to go Darnold.
Yeah, definitely Darnold here. All right, Mary Jo McKay. What's up, Mary Jo? Ertz or Strange?
I like Strange this week.
Yeah, let's go Strange here. Good luck. And then let's do Dominic, 1887. In full, Etienne, Devonta Smith, or Jacoby Myers this week?
I got Jacoby highest.
Now, it does say got Waddle, Nico Hall, and Chase Brown in the other spots. You're making any switches there?
I would put Devonta Smith in over Waddle for my team.
All right, so there you go. Jacoby at the flex, Devontae at the receiver spot. Halls of Fire. Needs one. Burden, Chimera DK, Cooper Kupp, QJ, Malik Washington, or Pat Bryant looking for upside?
Yeah, I think it's Luther Burden, no matter what you're looking for. I'll just take a chance on him, see what happens.
Yeah, this is our first Cooper Kupp question in quite a while. Definitely don't think upside anymore when I think Cooper Kupp. QJ is way too risky here. Malik Washington, what is the upside? Pat Bryant's maybe he catches a touchdown. So let's go Burden. Russell Pace is back. What's up, Russell? Needs two receivers in the flex. It's Sutton, Waddle, Olave, Wilson, Etienne.
I'm going to go Wilson, Olave, and Sutton.
All right. Pretty easy there. And, just making sure yeah, he dropped the same. It looks like the same question. Okay. Orange and blue, true. Curious which QB you like better rest of the season between JD and Burrow. Oh, we kind of already had this debate.
Yeah, this is splitting hairs here.
Right. Yeah, Texans. Look, Texans have a good defense. I would not pick the Texans for the Super Bowl. Big Mac Brad. Strange or Juwan Johnson?
No, maybe I had Juwan head. I might just go Strange. I like Strange this week.
Yeah, like Strange as well. And then Monunga or Chris Rodriguez?
Monunga.
Yeah, that one's interesting because I feel like Rodriguez is kind of the lead back there with JD, but Monunga's just been rolling. That Bears offense is going to want to run the ball. So let's go with what's been working. Evo Ed, 3. Michael Wilson, Jacoby Myers, Devin Neal, Chris Rodriguez. We need one receiver, one flex.
The first two, Wilson and Myers.
Yep. It is the first two. Neto Trejo and an 8-teamer. Pick a flex. Vidal, Marks, Bam, Juwan Johnson, Romeo Dobbs, or Chris Rodriguez.
These are not the flex options I expected in an 8-teamer. I'm going Bam.
Right. And then 26 bands. Who do we start? It says full PPR standard. Let's just go with the full PPR part. 1 QB, 2 receivers, 2 running backs, tight end, and a flex, and a defense. All right, so Mahomes and Lamar.
I'm going Lamar.
Yeah, Henry, JT. I think
Yep.
those are yeses. And remember, oh, well, this is full PPR. Okay. 2 receivers are.
I'm going to go the Devontas, Adams and Smith.
And the flex.
Yeah, I'll go Strange at tight end, and I'm going to flex Genty.
All right, there you go. Good team. RCTM 23. Hampton or Monungai?
Hampton.
Waddle or McLaurin?
Terry.
Yeah, definitely Terry here. All right, and then always tired. Which bear? Loveland or Burden?
Burden. I'd rather have the wide receiver than the tight end.
All right, yeah, exactly. I think Loveland could be a sneaky pick at tight end, but I don't know if I really want to start him just yet. Okay, Willie Chase with another one. In standard, would you plug and play more over Franklin because of the Rome injury?
I still have Franklin ahead of DJ Moore. I definitely have moved DJ Moore up, but I still have trust issues.
Oh, I get it. Got serious trust issues. It's not even just him against the Bears passing offense, so let's not go crazy. Jacob Pickron. Should I go Brissett over Mahomes? Yeah.
Yes.
Jalen Warren or Monungai?
I got Monungai higher.
All right. There we go. Yeah. That one's pretty close. Jalen Warren. You know I'm never super high on Jalen Warren. So Steelers at the Ravens. Yeah, let's go Monungai. James Albert, by the way, thank you. Loves the channel. Says he watches almost every day.
Thank you.
Dedication. Thank you. Appreciate you. Let's now get to this is also Neto Trejo Higgins, assuming, well, I don't know. Now I'm not knowing what to assume. Which Higgins or DJ Moore?
Well, if it's T. Higgins, I'll go T. If it's Jaden Higgins, I will go DJ Moore.
Yeah. All right. And then it is Aaron Hundersmark. Mahomes or Brissett? We just said Brissett.
Yeah, Brissett.
Hampton or Walker?
Hampton.
Rice or Wilson?
Okay,
Ooh.
I can't put Wilson over Rice. I'm going even. I know it's a tough matchup, but no.
I think I could. I mean, like obviously you're crazy high on Wilson, and you should be. I think I'm only because of the matchup, right? Of course, only because of the matchup. I think I could do it. I think I just want to go for the upside. Wilson could have a monster game. Don't feel like it's going to be a monster game against the Texans defense. Remember, Rice did have kind of a down game against the Broncos a couple weeks ago. So I'll go Wilson. Bowers or Kincaid? I mean, that's easily Bowers.
Bowers, yeah.
Already got Achane. You already got Jamon Adams. Are you good? All right, Aaron. You're good. Speaking of Bowers, Julio now, just lineup check here. Got Harvey, Jacobs, Saquon, Chase, Watson, 2 RBs, 1 receiver, 1 flex. Bowers for playoffs. Yeah, so you have Bowers. Don't think about tight end. You're fine.
Yeah. Yeah, Harvey Jacobs at running back, Chase at wide receiver, Watson at flex.
There you go. Saquon. Not carrying your team to the championship because he's not in your lineup.
Not this year.
Brad Brune, thank you for helping me defend my title this year. Awesome. Well, of course.
Well, I mean, you haven't defended it yet, have you?
I was going to say.
You guys already have your championship? Maybe.
Yeah, don't count your rings before they've been delivered. So everyone subscribe unless you're in my league. Absolutely. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that, Brad. I appreciate it. We definitely want to get you another championship. Which is one way to pursue happiness. Must win. Flex 2. Kelsey, Sutton, Pittman, Watson.
I'm going to go Sutton and Watson.
Yeah, pretty easily Sutton and Watson here. Already have Warren at tight ends. Yes.
Yeah,
keep
fine.
Warren in there. Absolutely. Appreciate the advice. Thank you. We appreciate you.
Yes.
All right. Let's see. We're not too far behind, but again, we're sticking to super chats. If you guarantee before we get out of here, we have a little bit more time. Of course, we're not done yet. You want to make sure you get your question answered for tomorrow. Use the super chat feature. We'll do that. Our members as well. Don't forget, you can also use Draft Lane if you watch this back later or you think of something later for tomorrow. So don't forget about Draft Lane. How about this one? Nicholas wants to know, would you drop BTJ for Torrey Franklin? Well, it says or. I don't know if it means which one to drop or if it means for. I guess let's take it literally.
I guess if I have to drop one, I'll drop BTJ. Give me 1 second here.
He feels droppable. I mean, look, what is the argument based on what's happened this year, this season, to keep BTJ? What has he done that's you're like, I got to keep him this year? Last year is over, right? It's the same thing with Justin Jefferson. Well, I got to start Justin Jefferson because he's the best receiver in the game. But again, look at the numbers. So I can drop BTJ. There's no reason you can't. Well, kind of the same thing here. Gadsden or Ertz. This is Jolu Gaxiolel. Gadsden or Ertz. Gadsden had a nice little run middle of the season. I can drop Gadsden. He hasn't done anything lately. Justin Herbert is injured. It's not a good matchup this week, next week. Like, you can drop Gadsden. You're not going to miss him. We said that last week. We sat Gadsden in a lot of leagues. People were asking. And last week, Gadsden had 1 for 27 in what was supposed to be a good spot. Last week, we were like, okay, this is the last week to start Gadsden. And he did nothing. Like, no, just done. Done with Gadsden. Which goes to this one's Jason Rochelle. It's not like I see Gadsden. Like, no, he's not part of this equation. Strange or Juwan, both good options, both very close. Lean Strange. It's close there, but I do like Strange. I just like the Jacksonville offense potential this week. I hope T-Law does not let me down. But, of course, he will. What's up, Rise? Rise above anything. So, Conkey, A.D. Mitchell, or Watson?
Watson.
Yeah, I like Watson a lot this week. And then we got Drift Racer. That looks pretty cool. Start 2, Monungai Vidal Fannin, who sits.
Vidal sits.
Yeah. We'll say this too, though. Like, I'm not dropping Vidal if I don't have to. Like, if you need a flex or you need somebody, I would hold him if you could, just to be safe. What if Hampton has a setback or just doesn't look right? So I don't want to drop Vidal, like, no questions asked. But I don't want to start him this week. I know that. All right, let's get to, well, here's, well, exactly. All right, just saying that Texans-Chiefs will be a low-scoring game. It probably will be. All right, how about this? Jay Barnwell. Crazy to play Michael Wilson over Nico this week.
I think I said this in the beginning. Like, I have him just behind Nico. I don't know if it's crazy, though. I don't think it's crazy.
I just said I'm starting Michael Wilson over Rashee Rice, so I can't say that's crazy, but I still like Nico a lot better this week. Nico. By the way, shout out for the old school Microsoft Office paperclip thing. That's retro right there. Andrea is in a predicament. Purdy's on bye. Herbert not 100%. You going to go Shuck, Tua, or Aaron Rodgers?
Nah, I would still go Herbert. Too many plays. If Herbert doesn't play, then I'll go Shuck.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we got to know. We haven't gotten an update on Herbert to date yet. Have we? Like, official update?
But no, he was limited again today, and they're just listing him as questionable. So
Very annoying. Okay. This is one more from P. Always tired. Receiver to flex, Godwin, Mitchell, Marks.
I'm gonna go Mitchell and Marks.
And then Cali Kid again. Is it time to drop Emmanuel Wilson, Daniel Jones, or Matt Stafford for JD and Hubbard?
Yes, you can. Okay. If you're not starting Daniel Jones or Matthew Stafford ever, which I assume you're not, if they're considerations for drops, you can drop them for JD and Hubbard.
If you have JD, then you don't need another quarterback. So yes, drop them.
True.
Drop definitely the first two. Or just drop Daniel Jones and Stafford. You don't have to drop all three. Then you can
exactly just drop the two QBs.
Have Dowdle as well. Do not drop Rico Dowdle.
No.
All right, Miguel Perez, welcome back. He said left 2 messages in the chat. Here's one. How's it going? Feeling good. Got Gibbs in there. That definitely feels good. Devontae, Ferguson, Aubrey gave him 80 points. Got Josh Allen. That feels good too. Any second thoughts here and who I still have? Need 2 receivers, 2 flexes. Zay, DK, Valet, Shakir, Mason, Neal.
We need 4 of these? I'm going to go Valet. I have Zay slightly ahead of Shakir, but I mean, I'm flexing Shakir. I'm going to go Zay, Valet, Shakir, Neal.
Yep, that's exactly what I would do. And then he's got another one. He's the one who's playing younger brother. I remember he was like, how can I convince him to tank the game and make me make the playoffs?
Yeah.
He had Monty, J-Mo, still has Baker, Chase, Olave. It's going to be close.
Yep.
I mean,
Earn the win.
80 points, but he has a lot more players, and he has Jamar Chase. So, but you remember your advice to him the other day?
Yeah. Earn the win.
Earn it. You got to earn it like a man. Win. All right. How about this one? Chaos Bolt. This is P. Pearsall going to turn up anytime soon.
Oh, I wouldn't hold my breath.
I don't know. I'm not gonna go there. maybe. We'll see. I don't think I can in good conscience put him on this week's waiver wire as like a stash. Let's wait and see. Although I might anyways. It depends how many good options there are. Okay. Wow. Here's one of our first how did we get here options. Kevin Swallow. Michael Carter or Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt?
You cannot play Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt. I mean, at least Michael Carter is involved and catches passes. Michael Carter.
Yes. Tyson DeMahie now. BTJ, DJ Moore, T. Higgins, Jacoby, Wicks, Sutton, Manungai, and QJ. Wow. Out of that group, we need 3 and 2 flexes.
All right. Jacoby Myers, Sutton, and T will be my wide receivers. And I'm going to flex DJ Moore and Manungai. That was actually pretty easy.
All right. But also Love or Herbert.
Oh, gosh. I still have Love ahead of Herbert.
Yeah, I'm just going to go Love here. Don't have to worry about it. Should be fine. All right. And then we got Grithound. RB2, Saquon Barkley, or Devin Neal.
I've got Devin Neal ahead of Barkley. What are we doing? What are we doing here?
Oh, it almost makes me sick. Not even like an Eagles fan or a Saquon fan. Just the thought of it, though. Flex, Waddler, Myers.
Myers.
Yeah, like Myers. Y'all haven't seen every video for this week. Check them out. You'll see why we like Myers so much. Chevenel Walker, welcome back. This is a win and in. Should I drop Burden or Caleb Williams if you already have Burrow for John Mechie? It's not where I thought that would go.
I mean, you could drop Caleb Williams for pretty much anybody if you have Burden or if you have Burrow.
Yeah, is Mechie a guy you're still stashing?
Sure.
Receivers are Franklin, Wilson, Jaden Higgins. I mean, I guess if that's the best thing you got out there, you know. Pick one, Tennessee or Philly defense. The Philly plays Vegas in week 15. Okay,
I don't even know who Tennessee plays. Can you play the Tennessee? I'm go Philly.
I'd go Philly too. And look, it's possible this week that either we get Trey Lance or not 100% banged up Justin Herbert. I think that's fine. You know, Philly defense still is playable. So yeah, I can't play Tennessee either. All right, algorithm 1111. Lamar or Jordan Love.
I'm not playing Jordan. I don't even like Jordan Love this week at home against the Bears. We're gonna see the Jordan Love we've seen all year, which is like decently mediocre for fantasy. I'm not ripping on Jordan Love. Jordan Love's played great this year, but for fantasy,
right. I mean, he phrased it correctly. It's like a potential higher floor play because Lamar has not had a floor recently. The thing is, it's still probably about the same as Lamar, right? Because look at what Jordan Love did. Okay, take away the last game, which was Thanksgiving, right? Detroit game, like that 4-touchdown game. 139 passing yards with no touchdowns, 174 with 2 touchdowns, 176 with 0 touchdowns, 273 with 0 touchdowns. That means he had 2 touchdowns in a month total and was under 200 yards in 3 of those 4 games. And even last week against Detroit, 234 yards. So yeah, Jordan Love is pretty mediocre, I guess. All right. Oh, I think we lost Chris. He'll come back. He always does. All right, let's keep going here to this is Alex Snodgrass Real Estate. What's up, Alex? Welcome back. In 6-point passing touchdown, JD or Brissett? I'm going to go with JD again. And then in no PPR, Sutton or JJ. You got to go Sutton here. I mean, like JJ potentially has what we call him a sneaky flex with upside, but go Sutton against the Raiders. It's totally fine. No, again, you're looking for touchdown upside. So I think you got to go Sutton here. Just hope for that touchdown. Chris has returned. I was like, he always does.
What happened. My Wi-Fi decided to conk out for like 2 minutes.
Trust me. I think you know, if anybody knows, I've been there. But not anymore. JD or Brissett, we said JD. And then non-PPR, Sutton over Jefferson.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
It's that touchdown upside. All right. How about this one? Hamza Cameron. Hendo or Ladd? He says for the playoffs. Like, who are you going to trust?
I mean, I don't know. Hendo does have a great schedule, but we did see a lot of Ramondre before the bye. Ladd's got a banged up Herbert. I mean, why do we have to pick for the entire playoffs here?
Right. We don't have to set our lineup for next week yet, but I mean, generally, if I had to pick one for some reason, I'd say probably Hendo. But yeah, let's take it week by week. Mike Montalva. Hurts has been QB all season, but just picked up Daniels after he was dropped. Going back and forth. Who you got this week? Is it JD?
I got JD.
It is JD. Don't matter who, like, oh, go with, how do they say it? Go with who brung you or something like that. Like, no, I don't care who brung me there. Who's going to help me win this week? I don't care who helped me in weeks 1 through 13.
Well, remember, in most leagues, JD was drafted ahead of Hurts anyways.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, like, if you're feeling some sense of loyalty, you need to just squash that real quick, because it doesn't matter. Thank you, Anthony. What's up, Anthony? I don't know. Hardest working crew in fantasy. I'm not sure how we evaluate that, but I'll just agree with you and say yes. Between Vidal and Hampton, who do you flex?
Hampton.
Yep, going Hampton, and then this one. I mean, yes, I think again. Is Trey Benson droppable now? Like, you could just wait till next week, right? But you need to.
Yeah. I mean, look, I've been saying for a couple of weeks now, I'm like, I don't know if Trey Benson's coming back this year. And now Jonathan Gannon finally said, he didn't say that Trey Benson is for sure not returning, but he said he's not sure now. So it's looking more and more likely like we're not going to see Trey Benson this year.
Yeah, I mean, like, I was just gonna say yes. If you have someone worth picking up, he's droppable. Like, I don't have to wait till next week to hear what I already think I'm gonna hear, but don't drop him just for the sake of dropping him. All right, let's see. Hi from Charlotte, North Carolina. What's up? Charlotte is a good city. My best friends there right now in the weekend. For the flex, can't decide about Kyron Williams or Michael Wilson.
In PPR, I mean, almost in any Michael Wilson. Yep.
All right, John Gomez with a super chat. Chris Rodriguez, Aaron Jones, Devin Neal, Quinshon Judkins, or Chris Godwin. Which two?
Judkins for sure number 1 here. I have Neal number 2.
All right, and then got another one from. There's a super chat from 81567. 2 running backs in the flex in half. Harvey Swift, Hampton, Devontae Smith. So who sits here?
Pretty sure I'm sitting Swift. Yes, I'm sitting Swift.
All right. So, right. Harvey, Hampton are your running backs. Smith at the flex. There you go. Alex Sanchez, Igbuka, Valet, or Shakir?
Valet. I do have Valet slightly ahead of Igbuka.
Ah, man. Who thought this would have been a tough decision? It's crazy times. Again, I feel like I'm probably going to be too high on Shakir this week. I'm going to go Shakir. I don't know why I'm feeling this is going to be a good game for him. I think he's got the upside. I do like Valet a lot. And then maybe start as we begin. Mark Wassman, one of the first super chats, and now maybe the last. How far is Chris Rodriguez on your RB list this week?
I mean, he's not that far up. Like,
yeah.
I think I have him as a strong flex. He's right there with like Aaron Jones, Kareem Hunt, Woody Marks, those guys for me. Kenneth Walker. He's not
too high.
He's not playing the Bengals. He's playing the Vikings.
Right. Good point. He's not top 20, don't think. And then Brett M, Kelsey or Warren? You talking about Tyler Warren?
Yeah, I'm not benching Tyler Warren.
No, he's just set and forget. Rest of the season, too, honestly, I don't remember offhand, but I think the schedule for the Colts is not bad at all. I mean, it's Warren. AJB or Watson?
AJB.
Yeah, I mean, I like Watson this week, but I actually like AJB more. And then already had JMO and JSN, so you're
nice.
Good.
Yep.
You're definitely good. You're really good. And then let's see a couple more. We're pretty much caught up here, except Alex Sanchez. He says in his league, the 1 spot has already secured the bye. He's facing the 7. Okay. Yeah, I think I remember this. This is not cool.
No. Can't allow this. Cannot allow this.
Sat everyone to let him win saying it's strategy. That's not strategy. That's cheating.
Yes.
I'm all about gamesmanship and, like trying to do what's best, but you can't just sit everybody on your team. That's correct.
The commissioner, or if you're the commissioner, you should set his lineup and lock it.
Yeah, that's not okay. Gimme Goblin 404 error. Lamar JD.
JD.
Yep, JD it is. And then yes. Okay. Yeah, it was Tyler Warren. Yeah, definitely Tyler Warren over Kelsey. All right, and then let's give the last word here too. Where was it? Not just a regular viewer, because we know Chew Baby Fresh Dog Treats. There you go. We're dog people. You have dogs. You need fresh dog treats. There you go. Check it out.
There you go.
I've seen every video. Thank you. Going to the playoffs. That's what we're all about. Exactly. All right. So we need to. Oh, wait. We got one. Hold on. Under the gun. Robert Mitchell. What's up, Robert? Hampton or Jacoby Myers in the flex in full PPR?
Jacoby Myers.
He says he has Strange at tight end. Is using Strange and Jacoby a good stack? The opponent has T-Law. Does that change anything? I mean, it doesn't for me, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with Jacoby and Strange together. BTJ is non-factor. Parker Washington might not play. I think they're going to have to pass the ball a ton to keep up with the Colts.
Yep. Nothing wrong with them both.
And the Colts are not a great pass defense. And they're not quite a pass funnel, but the Colts have been pretty tough against the run. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think the past month they're allowing 3.65 yards per carry to running backs. They're one of the top run defenses in terms of limiting big upside. And they're somewhat vulnerable to pass. And oh, by the way, how they got Sauce Gardner? Yeah, they don't have Sauce Gardner anymore.
True.
So that problem has not been fixed. So yeah, let's go Jacoby Myers here, and Strange is totally fine. All right. Let's see. Make sure not missing anything here. Let's do this one real quick. D-Rad 2121. Etienne or Monangai?
I still have Etienne ahead of Monangai.
Yeah, that's close, but Etienne is still the one, and Monangai is I don't know, what is he? Equal, pretty much equal with Swift these days. Okay, let's do one more. Got to make it a good one. This is a good one. RCT M23. Trust Mahomes. Pick up Tyler Shuck.
I'm not starting Shuck over Mahomes. I'll take my chances with Mahomes.
Yeah. All right. Why not another Shuck question? Eric Castellanos, Shuck or McCarthy?
Nah, Shuck. Cannot start McCarthy.
All right. Cali Kid with one under the gun. Myers, Hubbard on waivers, right? Should I drop Gainwell, Rodriguez, Shakir, Donald, Caleb Williams, or just stay with what I have? I think we already did this.
We did this. Drop Caleb Williams, pick up Myers. You can drop Darnold and pick up Chuba.
Yeah. If they're on your bench, you don't need those quarterbacks.
Right.
Neil Dynasty. Worthy or Burden?
I've moved Burden ahead of Worthy this week with Romo Dunze out.
Yeah, Worthy just hasn't done a whole lot. And now against the Texans, no. This is funny. Okay. I think the answer is no, Legend. If I get a membership tomorrow and ask loads of IDP questions, are you going to ban me?
I'm not going to ban you, but I mean, you're asking the wrong guy's IDP questions.
Yeah. I'm in one IDP league, and it's a dynasty league where I'm basically rebuilding. So I can't say I used to do IDP rankings every week. I did IDP rankings.
Wow.
That was a few years ago. So I can't say I would. Yeah, you probably should go somewhere else. Let's just say that.
Yes.
I feel guilty trying to answer your IDP questions. And of course, Johnny Donuts making the appearance. Good afternoon. Quick update before my question tomorrow morning. Best team in one league didn't make the playoff. What? Most points against by a ton. Man.
Yep.
Let's keep that in mind. I think that's just a good lesson. If you've played fantasy for a while, you just know that's It's how it goes. Like, you cannot escape the luck, like for or against. The best team doesn't always win, and there's only so much you can do. So you set your lineup and you hope for the best, and that's it. So, all right. One more. Rico wants to know Daniel Jones or CJ Stroud.
I still have Jones a little higher here.
Yeah, barely because of the matchup. And an orange and blue. Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Y'all are the best for being on here. Appreciate everyone who's been on here. Don't forget, if you haven't yet, before you get out of here, just click the like button. And if you haven't subscribed, do that. Turn on notifications so you know when new videos drop, which is every day. And when we go live, which we'll be back here tomorrow morning, 3 hours before kickoff, as we always are on Sunday morning. Get you ready with the latest injury updates. See what's going on with Justin Herbert, some of those other questionables, and answer your questions. So don't forget, again, like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell your dogs, tell your neighbors' dogs, tell everybody. I'm trying to get to 100K. Help us get there. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you in the morning.